it on YouTube live, okay? Better start with that when sir starts, about to start.
It is
Okay?
live on.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Kishore sir.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Shah. Good morning, Mr. Sujit. You're having a very lovely background. I could see the Kovalam beach behind you.
Yes. And Kishore sir, today being the third batch inauguration, we would like to first you to inaugurate and then start the session. But before that, that's what we expect from you, sir. Most respected Dr. G. Kishore sir, was not only the principal of science, was a regional director, who holds many important positions, and Mr. Sujit Panigrahi, and all my dear PE teachers from across the country. A warm welcome to one and all. On behalf of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Khelo India, a warm welcome to our guests, chief guest for today, and the guest speaker, Dr. G. Kishore sir, to the batch 3 program. Before I start, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Kishore Gopinathan, who is the principal and regional director, Sports Authority of India, LNCPE, Trivandrum. He is a native of Pandalam, Kerala. It is post-graduation, MPhil and PhD in physical education from LNUP Gwalior. He joined the Sports Authority of India in 1986. He served Government of Kerala as Additional Director, Director of Sports and Youth Affairs, Government of Kerala, and Secretary, Kerala Sports Council in different tenure on deputation from Sports Authority of India. He also served as a Director Personnel, Sports Authority of India Head Office, NSCC Calcutta, NSCC Bangalore. Dr. G. Kishore assumed charge as Principal, SAI LNCPE, Trivandrum from 2011. Sir is a recipient of quite a few recognition awards. He's traveled to many countries in the world on international assignments. He holds a number of important academic positions in the University of Kerala. He's a member of the Syndicate and the Senate, in addition to being a member of many standing committees of the University of Kerala. He's also the evaluator of PhD research thesis. He's been nominated to various important committees by the Government of India and Government of Kerala. Member of Selection Committee for Dhyan Chand Award Chairman, Committee to review guidelines for selection criteria for SAI schemes. Convener of the Technical Committee and member of the Executive Board for the 35th National Games. Member of the Committee constituted for implementation and creation of Delhi Sports University. Member of the Committee constituted by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, for formulation of vision document for the next 15 years. 7-year strategic plan and 3-year action document up to 2030 in respect to the Department of Sports. Member of the Indian delegation to observe the Rio Olympics 2016 from 4th to 14th August 2016. So has organized many sports-related workshops, international and national levels. He's attended and presented papers in most of the important international conferences and Indian too. Indeed, I would say Sports Authority of India, election by National College, is blessed by the presence of Dr. G. Kishore, because it is due to the efforts of D. Kishore that LNCPE is known across the world. On behalf of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, Khelo India, a warm welcome to our most dignified speaker, Kishore sir, and the guest. So welcome you. I would also like to welcome Mr. Sujit Panigrahi, who's also the coordinator, who's the backbone behind this, getting more of participants into it. And I think you are the energy and the life for this particular course. So a warm welcome to Mr. Sujit Panigrahi.
Thank you.
I also like to welcome all my dear PE teachers, because you are our main source of inspiration. You are ambassadors. It's because of you that we could conduct such programs. And you make us really energetic. So on behalf of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Khelo India, I would really welcome all our PE teachers and hope that this particular community grows further and strengthens the Indian, not only economy, the health of the nation. May I now request our chief guest, Kishore sir, to kindly inaugurate the batch 3 online PE and community coaching programs. So please.
Thank you, Dr. Usha. Thank you, Mr. Sujit. All our beloved participants, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to make a formal inauguration of such. My session itself is an inaugural session, so that itself will make the inaugural session. So no separate inauguration of such. be required. But I would like to, place and record our appreciation to the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs who entrusted us with this responsibility. And we had already successful two sessions, two first and the second, done in a successful manner. We would also like to record our sincere thanks to Mr. Sujit from Fitness 365 who has helped us and supported us, without which this would not have been a success. It is now. So, this is at this point of time, we could cover a large number of participants. We have covered over 30,000 participants, and we had participation from more than 70 to 80 experts, resource persons who took classes on various subjects. We had representation from 15 countries from all across the globe, and we were having around 30 to 40 foreign experts too who participated. And I don't think in the recent past any institution would have ventured into such a course, physical PE and community coaching course of this magnitude. So I think this is the third version of it, and I am sure that this will also be as successful as our previous two one which we have launched, and the first and second one. So that is what I would like to assume and think that all the participants are keeping good health and is keeping themselves safe on this pandemic. And I think this type of programs have got more relevance and importance at this point of time because you can use your time productively and you can hone your skills and equip yourself with enough of inputs to how to go ahead and the way forward at this point of time. You can become more resourceful. You can can arm your repertoire with more.
Kishore sir.
Yeah.
Kishore sir, I think the volume. I think there's a little bit of echo. Either there's an echo or something, so the voice is not clear actually. So people are
A bit more louder, sir.
either a bit louder or the speaker is probably pointing at something, so there's a little bit of echo probably. I don't know.
Okay.
The voice is not clear, so if you can.
Okay, I think I have placed the speakers a little ahead. Is it all right now? Am I audible?
Yes, it's a
Sir,
little
can you
better.
keep the speaker a bit more closer to you, sir, since you're, I think, on the...
No, not the speaker, the microphone, no? Microphone.
On the mic. No,
How
this
is
is
it now?
The speaker.
Is it better now?
slightly better, sir, because since you're standing on the podium, I think the speaker's down.
The microphone, no?
No, because...
So you can just talk a little bit so that we can find out.
Yeah. We are trying to place the speakers a little high, in at par with the height of the podium. Yes. So I think this would be better now.
No, sir. There's a bit of echo actually.
Is it all right now? Is it better?
It's better now. It's better.
So just talk a little bit so that we can.
So you speak, sir.
Yeah, I think I have placed it high, but the echo is still there.
Yes, the echo is a little bit there.
So I think this happens when the two systems are functioning, but I have only one system working at present.
Yes, I'm sitting down right in the center. So you can be a bit louder, sir. I think that should be okay.
Okay.
So, the topic assigned to me is roles and responsibilities for physical education. Roles and responsibilities. Each one of us are aware about our roles. Yeah, in Hindi we say roles as bhumika and responsibility as जिम्मेदारी. So, शारीरिक शिक्षकों का जिम्मेदारी और भूमिका क्या है? ये सबको पता है. Everyone knows. I will mix it with English and Hindi for the convenience of all participants as far as possible, and make it more interesting so that you will be able to will not have any difficulty understanding it.
Sir, the voice is not clear, sir. Voice is not clear. People are actually saying also. Many people are saying the same thing. If you could change the position, maybe, I mean, so.
Is it okay, Mr. Sujit, now?
So just talk a little bit so that we can, is it?
Yeah, I think I should sit and talk now, then I can place it more closer. If it is still now, but all throughout, even yesterday night I had a session, there also with the same height we had.
Here, very close only.
It was quite audible yesterday also, I think.
Okay, okay.
Now it's okay?
Yeah, it's better, sir. People are saying not at all audible. We want to listen to Kishore, sir, each and every word.
Okay.
So your words are very precious, sir.
Yeah. So I think if it is all right, I will start again. I will continue my session. It's okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or if it is more required, I will sit and talk. But
no, sir, it is fine. It is fine. It is fine.
So this is something people don't think that we are teaching you something new. The things are all what you have learned, but we are trying to refresh our knowledge. And at this point of time, being the first class we are taking, coming from the basics. The basics are always something. The fundamentals are always, once the foundation is thorough, then the whole everything else will come out there. If the foundation is not thorough, however strong you build above, it will not be stable. So being the first class, I am going to touch down the fundamentals. And this is something which is known to everyone. हमको सबको सब लोगों को पता है ये जिम्मेदारियां क्या है, भूमिका क्या है. फिर भी मैं इस क्लास को ले रहे हैं, ये सब लोगों को पता है, लेकिन एक बार और फिर से आपको ये याद कराना चाहता है, फाउंडेशन में थोड़ा आपको बेसिक्स में थोड़ा सा और जानकारी और इसमें फाउंडेशन स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना, इसलिए रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज ऑफ फिजिकल एजुकेशन ये सबसे पहले आपको पता होना चाहिए. We would like to make you to understand what are the roles and responsibilities. ये भूमिका और जिम्मेदारियां क्या है शारीरिक शिक्षकों की, इसके बारे में हम चर्चा करेंगे. इसके बारे में आज जो है आज का सेशन ले रहे हैं, क्योंकि अभी जो है शारीरिक शिक्षकों का भूमिका और जिम्मेदारियों में ज्यादा ध्यान आएगा. There is more focus to the roles and responsibilities of physical education people. Due to the the change of time, due to the change of passage of time, there is a felt need to do a lot, to contribute a lot towards the sector of physical education and sports. So the present scenario, if you look into the concurrent situation, the situation at present, even during the pandemic, one of the most important factor, one of the most important pointed out is the role and responsibility of to be played in making the children active, which is to be done by the physical education teacher or community. So taking into account, not only because of that, at present the country, when our country is poised to become one of the topmost countries in the world economically and as well as in various other fields, it is important, it is pertinent, and we have the largest youth population. It is the role to be played by physical education teacher and the responsibility of physical education teacher has increased because we are the largest youth population and we have the largest number of children. So when you are having the largest number of children, when you are having the largest number of youth population, and our country wants to become is in the way to be to top the world, to be the largest, one of the topmost nations in the world from any sector. If you look from any angle. So, but in that point of time, to make these children resourceful, to make these children healthy and contributing, is fundamentally required for any nation to thrive. So in the process of nation building process, the roles and responsibility of physical education teacher is of having paramount importance. अभी का टाइम में स्पोर्ट्स शारीरिक शिक्षकों का भूमिका और जिम्मेदारियां सबसे ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है. पहले भी थे, लेकिन अब थोड़ा सा और ज्यादा ध्यान है इसमें, क्योंकि इसलिए है कि हमारा देश जो है अभी एक यंग नेशन, पूरा दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा यूथ पॉपुलेशन हमारा भारत में, और इसमें से काफी बच्चे लोग हैं, चिल्ड्रन. तो अगर हमको दुनिया में सबसे अच्छा, सबसे बेहतरीन राष्ट्र बनाना है, ये राष्ट्र निर्माण में हमारा जो शारीरिक शिक्षकों का भूमिका है, शारीरिक शिक्षकों का जिम्मेदारी है, ये सबसे ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है, क्योंकि ये हमारा जिम्मेदारी और भूमिका है कि ये जो बच्चे हैं और ये जो यूथ है, युवजन है, इनको रिसोर्सफुल बनाने के सबसे ज्यादा रोल, भूमिका निभाना और जिम्मेदारी जो है शारीरिक शिक्षकों का। तो इसलिए इसमें ज्यादा ध्यान आए हैं, इसलिए आप लोगों का पूरा फोकस, अटेंशन में इसमें एक बार और लाना चाहते हैं। ये सारे चीज हमको पता है, लेकिन एक फाउंडेशन में एक बार और ध्यान रखना अच्छा है। We'll just go to the basics, the foundation, to make yourself once again refresh your basic knowledge, the basic fundamentals, to get you more aware and to make you more aware about the role and responsibility you have at present, to make the in the process of nation building, to make the nation to excel in all walks of life. This is very, very evident in the words of our Honorable Prime Minister, who spoke that sports should become a part of our lives. And we are a young nation. Our youth should get manifested in the field of sports as well. Sports means physical fitness, mental alertness, and personality enhancement. What else one needs? Sports in way is the recipe that brings people together. This is by our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji. He spoke on Man Ki Baat during the launch of Khelo India. आपने जानते होंगे कि खेलो इंडिया जो प्रोग्राम है, ये जो आजकल सबसे ज्यादा एक सबसे महत्वपूर्ण स्कीम है जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स ने लॉन्च किया हुआ है। तो ये जो शब्द जो दिया है हमारा आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया है, आप इसमें बोला है कि स्पोर्ट्स शुड बिकम ए पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ, हमारा इट शुड बिकम ए वे ऑफ लाइफ. And if we are an young nation, because we are an young nation, because we have maximum youth population, our youth should get manifested in the field of sports. We should get the sports and games, the physical activity. It should become a way of life to the other children. So this is the vision. This is what the policy, this is what our nation at present aspires to. We would like to, the nation would like to see that each and every child, each and every youth get themselves physically fit, mentally alert, and their personality gets shaped. And the best way to achieve this is only through physical activities and sports. And who will do it? Who will be the person to deliver? किसका जिम्मेदारी है ये करना? खेल को खेल का बढ़ावा और खेल हर जगत में हर यूथ के पास, हर बच्चे के पास पहुंचाना है. इसका सारे भूमिका और जिम्मेदारी जो है ये शारीरिक शिक्षकों के है सबसे पहले. इसलिए जो है ये जो भावना है और ये जो विजन है, इसको निभाने का जिम्मेदारी और भूमिका खेल शारीरिक शिक्षकों के है, कम्युनिटी के है. इसलिए सबसे ज्यादा ध्यान इसके ऊपर है. और इससे जैसे हमने शारीरिक शिक्षा में जाने से पहले एक बार और ये इसका सोच, ये शिक्षा का जो है उसका डिफिनेशन क्या है, उसका में थोड़ा सा एक बार और देखना अच्छा रहेगा. क्योंकि हमारा जो देश में सबसे ज्यादा एजुकेशन के हिस्ट्री में, शिक्षा का हिस्ट्री में पूरा दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा भारत आगे बढ़ा था पहले. Our history in education is something which is having no match. Through the ancient times, that our country have given the world a lead and also shown the way in education. So it is very evident in our manuscripts, in our scriptures, that in our scriptures that what is the thought by our the great educationalists, the philosophers during the past. So we will trace the history. If you trace the history, you will find that in education, India has played a leading role to the world, and we have made the nation, because the first two universities in the world, Nalanda and Takshashila, were in India. In ancient India. And also if you say that if you look back, the education system, the Gurukul system which prevailed in our country was something unique, which gave equal focus into attention to the whole aspects, all segments of education. So we would like, if you look into the definitions of education, first if you look into, we can always see that an ingredient of physical aspect, into it. you can say it goes from Rigveda, that it is said that education is something which makes a man self-reliant and selfless. So if a man wants to be self-reliant and you want to be selfless, it can be brought only through becoming educated. That is from the Rigveda. And Upanishads say that education is that whose end product is salvation. और शंकराचार्य जी ने ये बताया है कि education is the realization of self. How Kautilya has told that education means training for the country and loving for the nation. Plato has said that education is the capacity to feel pleasure and pain at the right moment. And Aristotle said that education is creation of a sound mind in a sound body. So if you explore all these definitions, you can see that these definitions of education contain a wholesome education wherein they have paid equal importance to the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social aspects. So if someone wants to become a self-reliant or selfless, then it can only be attained once he get educated in a wholesome manner, through a value-based education, where he gets himself educated from all segments of and all compartments of involved in the education process. And that is, and there the physical part is inseparably interlinked. So that is why if you see the Gurukul system prevailed in the ancient India, you could see that the gurus used to teach the Shishyas not only in academics, in reading, writing, and learning the various manuscripts, but also they were taught how to the various martial arts. They were taught how to ride the horse riding. They were taught weaponry. They were taught about how to the ancient archery, maybe the sword fight, like ancient traditional martial arts, like Kalari fight or Danta or Chinambam, which were prevailed in various parts of the country. So that it was a combination from those times, from Gurukul system. It was a combination where they have made the spiritual, the mental, and the physical aspects were joined in the system of education. And then only the end product becomes salvation. If you want to realize yourself and attain salvation, all these philosophers, all these great sages of ancient times has always advocated to have wholesome education. And even if you say into the Western philosophers and to the other rest of the world, the Plato and Aristotle's definition also is very, very clear, that Aristotle has said that is the word that he uses, education is creation, to creation of sound mind. How do you create a sound mind? You can create a sound mind only on sound mind. So this is not to everyone, but I would like to refresh your thoughts. I would like to make once again about the fundamental what is education. And if you are in the process of educating, so how inextricably interlinked is the physical factor in the education system. इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा शिक्षकों का शिक्षा के अंदर कितने शारीरिक शिक्षा का योगदान है, ये इसमें स्पष्ट हो जाता है। ये जितना मैंने अपने निर्वचन में अभी सुनाया है, ये हर निर्वचन में, हर चीज में स्पष्ट किया जाता है कि शिक्षा जो है शारीरिक से अलावा पूरी नहीं होती, अधूरी रह जाती। इनका अगर आपको इसमें शिक्षक में कामयाब होना है, शिक्षा की जगत में कामयाब होना है, तो शारीरिक शिक्षा का अलावा इस कामयाब होना संभव नहीं है। और इसलिए ये सारे डेफिनेशन शिक्षा का निर्वचन जो है हमको स्पष्ट किया जाता है कि शारीरिक शिक्षक जो है इसका योगदान सबसे ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है, और इनसे शिक्षा अधूरी हो जाता है और कामयाब नहीं होता है। जैसे मैंने बताया है, भारतवर्ष में इसका हमारा जो पुरानी संस्कृति है इसके अंदर ये अंतर्लीन था कि हमारा जो जितना भी मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स है उसके अंदर सारे उसमें लिखा हुआ है शरीर माध्यम खलु धर्म शास्त्र। ये जो है महाकवि कालिदास ने कुमार संभव में लिखा है शरीर माध्यम खलु धर्म साधनम, जिसके अंदर ये मैसेज है कि अगर आपको धर्म साधन के लिए शरीर माध्यम से ही निर्भाना है, तो ये इतना बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण है। हमारा जो शारीरिक शिक्षा का आप्तवाक्य जो है वही है कि शरीर माध्यम खलु धर्म साधन, ये हमारा स्क्रिप्ट उसमें है। और हमारा जितना भी आप मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट देखेंगे उसमें है, आप देख लीजिए कि कोई भी शारीरिक शिक्षा के कोई भी स्क्रिप्चर्स देख लीजिए, उसमें सारे ये बहुत स्पष्ट दिया जाता है। हमारा जो मार्शल आर्ट्स है, जैसे हर भारतवर्ष का कई जगह में है, जैसे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में खान खाते और तमिलनाडु में सिलंबम है, और जैसे योग है, और कलरीपयट्ट है जो साउथ में है, और जो नृत्य का हर कई तरफ का ये है, बांग्ला हो या अन्य ओडिसी हो, और किसी भी तरफ देख लीजिए आप, हर चीज में जो है शारीरिक शिक्षा जोड़ा हुआ है, शारीरिक भाग जो है उनका जोड़ा है। एवरी manuscripts advocates to have the physical ingredient into it, and it is quite evident in our ancient manuscripts and scriptures. And the word, the paraphrasing, the Kumarasambhav, where Mahatkavi Kalidas has written that Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam, this Sanskrit shloka gives complete understanding, gives a complete understanding about what is the role of physical education in the process of education. And we have followed that tradition and system, and we have given equal importance to brain and body from the time immemorial. And even in the modern times, if you look to the definition given by education and the father of nation, he has said that education results in all-round development and growing out of the best in the child body, the child mind, body, and spirit. The father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, has written this, that education results in all-round development and drawing out the best in child, mind, body, and spirit. And if you look into the lifestyle of father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, it is quite evident, and you can see that he followed a lifestyle of giving importance to physical activity. His vision and Gandhian vision, though it is not very often been revealed, he had always had a lot of given priority, or Mahatma Gandhi has given priority towards physical activity and good lifestyle. If you read his books, you can say that during his younger days, while he was a student, he used to walk 8 to 10 kilometers. And this sort of physical fitness Mahatma Gandhiji had enjoyed would be one of the reasons why he could fight the mighty Britishers and bring through non-violence and bring freedom for the country. If you are in the history, if you see that he has walked the length and breadth of the country, and the style with which he used to walk, with the speed with which he used to walk, it is something which amazing. How did he get this sort of physical fitness? It is through a lifestyle where he has given enough of importance to physical activity and fitness. So we should not have any doubt to say that he was very much concerned, and he had a lifestyle, and he has given a lot of importance to physical education too, though either directly or indirectly. हमारा राष्ट्रपिता जो है महात्मा गांधी जी ने बताया है कि education results in all-round development and growing out of the best in the child, body, mind and spirit. उसका खुद उसने महात्मा गांधी जी ने बताया है, मेरा that my life is my vision, and my life is itself my message. He has shown his life, what he has lived as his message to the country. उसका जो जीवन है, जीवन उसको सबके लिए मैसेज दिया हुआ, उसमें अपना उसका जीवन में हमेशा उन्होंने जो है शारीरिक शिक्षा को काफी ध्यान दिए। जब वो स्टूडेंट थे, जब वो विद्यार्थी थे, तो उसने महात्मा गांधी जी ने हमेशा जो है वॉकिंग और एक्सरसाइज के लिए काफी जो प्रायोरिटी दिया है, जो कई लोगों को पता नहीं है, इसको हाईलाइट ज्यादा गांधीयन विजन में काफी हाईलाइट नहीं किया हुआ है, लेकिन हमेशा जो है जो फिजिकल हेल्थ और फिटनेस और लाइफस्टाइल में काफी ध्यान दिए थे। और इसलिए जो उसका बचपन में और जब वो पढ़ाई करते थे, जब वो स्टूडेंट थे, तब भी वो हर दिन जो है उसका लाइफस्टाइल में वॉकिंग करना के लिए बहुत टाइम देते थे। 8 से 10 किलोमीटर वो वॉकिंग करते थे जब वो स्टूडेंट थे। इसलिए जब वो फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल में ज्वाइन किया, तो उन्होंने जो है ये पूरा भारतवर्ष का ये से one length to the entire length उसको वॉक करना पड़ा, length and breadth of the country उसको उन्होंने वॉकिंग करके की, जहां उसने वॉकिंग करके नहीं किया आप देख लीजिए, पूरा भारत में वॉकिंग करके है। और वॉकिंग किस तरफ से किया, जिस हाथ और पैर का उसको चलने का तरीका आप देख लीजिए, तो इसका फिटनेस देख लीजिए कितना फिजिकली फिट था। इसलिए उसको इतना योगदान के साथ भारत को फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल में से लिबरेट करने के लिए इतना जो एनर्जी मिला है, इतना जो उसका विजन के इसमें शारीरिक शिक्षा का भी काफी योगदान है। तो उन्होंने हमेशा बताया है, उनका जीवन में स्पष्ट है, उसका मैसेज जीवन जैसे उन्होंने बोला मेरा जीवन मेरा मैसेज है, तो उसमें स्पष्ट है कि उसका मैसेज में भी है, उसका जीवन में भी हमेशा उन्होंने शारीरिक शिक्षा को, शारीरिक फिजिकल एक्टिविटी को काफी काफी कुछ इम्पोर्टेंस दिया था। और दूसरा है जो हमारा सेठ है स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने ये भी बताया कि यू विल बी नियरर टू हेवन थ्रू फुटबॉल देन थ्रू स्टडी ऑफ गीता। तो देखो कितने महत्वपूर्ण वे है। अगर आपको साल्वेशन होना है, हमने डेफिनेशन देखा है कि शंकराचार्य जी ने भी बताया, यू कैन अटेन, यू वांट टू, एजुकेशन इज अ प्रोसेस टू गेट साल्वेशन, heaven is salvation. If you want to get to salvation, you can reach through football. Football means physical activity, it denotes physical activity of sports. That means the education, शिक्षा जो है, हर चीज का शिक्षा में जो है, ये जो है शारीरिक शिक्षा में जोड़ा हुआ है। इसलिए आपको मोक्ष पाने के लिए, हेवन पाने के लिए शारीरिक शिक्षा से पा सकता, यही है स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने भी खुद बताया। और स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने आप अपने देख लीजिए, वो जब कन्याकुमारी आए थे, उन्होंने खुद समंदर में जाके खुद स्विमिंग करते हुए विवेकानंद का रोक तक गया। उसका देख लीजिए कितना फिजिकल फिटनेस हो जाएगा। अगर ऐसे भी आज की जगत में भी अगर आपने कभी किसी ने विवेकानंद का रोक किया है तो आपने देखा होगा कि कितना रफ सी होगा। तो कोई समंदर में जाना भी तक डरते हैं, लेकिन उस टाइम में जब स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने खुद स्विमिंग करके आप उधर रॉक में, विवेकानंद रॉक जाके उधर उन्होंने मेडिटेशन करके ज्यादा ध्यान आए हैं। इसका आप देख लीजिए कि कितना उन्होंने ये स्पोर्ट्स को, खेल जगत को और शारीरिक शिक्षा को उसमें ध्यान दिए थे। इसलिए उन्होंने ये बताया कि यू विल बी नियरर टू हेवन थ्रू फुटबॉल देन थ्रू स्टडी ऑफ द गीता। तो ये दोनों निर्वचन जो है, इसमें भी आपने देखा तो इसमें शारीरिक शिक्षा का महत्व कितने हैं, ये दोनों हमारा राष्ट्रपिता महात्मा गांधी जी का भी और स्वामी विवेकानंद जी का भी दोनों शब्दों में स्पष्ट है। इसको कि हमारा बच्चों के नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जो है, उनको भी ये सेम विजन को आपको बताना और समझाना। इट इज आवर ड्यूटी टू मेक द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड एंड नो द विजन ऑफ दीज ग्रेट पीपल, द ग्रेट विजनरीज, the great sages, and the great of all these people, that they should understand that what is the wholesome meaning of education and what is the role of physical education in it. That should be made to understand to the next generation, and the only way to make them to understand is to make them to realize the worth by getting themselves involved. Next, please. If you go to the, even brings the definitions given by from the Western country, rest of the world, John Dewey has said that education is a process of inviting truth and possibility of encouraging and giving time to discovery. It is a process of living. So it is, John Dewey also has said that the education is a process of inviting truth. How? It is a process of inviting. The truth can be revealed when you explore yourself, when you explore your own how much of capabilities, competencies, how much of hidden of resources you have, your own resourcefulness which comes out of your physical, mental, and spiritual parts. Then only it reveals yourself how much of possibility you have in giving discovery. You can discover many things. All the discoveries which has come are out of self-realization, and it is a process of living. It goes on, and it can be deliberate and hopeful. You have to go deliberately and hopeful for inviting truth and possibility. And education helps people to live their lives well as they can. So this is also, these definitions both of the philosophers of Western and our are both the same, which indicates that you can invite truth, you can realize yourself only when you understand yourself, you self-discover and you invite truth and explore yourself of all segments, all the components of your own self-realization. All components will make yourself that is inclusion of physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. So that is what it is in all these definitions. So the another definition, the one thing which we would like to paraphrase and make you must understand is the movement. Physical education can be other ways. We will call it as movement education. Movement education, we know that education is from womb to top. Womb is the where once the child is conceived by the mother, the child is there in the womb of the mother. So it is a time from there the education starts. The education starts from the womb to the top. And womb, how do the child get educated in the womb? It is through movements. The child performs certain movements while in the womb. If the child don't perform those movements in the womb, that means there is some deficiency. The doctor who is attending the mother always keep a watch on the movement of the child in the womb at different stages of growth. If first 3 months, second 3 months, and next 3 months. Likewise, at each growth stages in the womb, the child has to have certain movements. So these movements is are the reasons of the growth of the child in the womb, and with the nutrition given through the umbilical system to the child, that gives child the nutrition, and the movements give the child the growth. So it is the education actually starts from the womb of the child, and it is the movement education which make the child to grow from there. And from there onward, from the birth onwards, if you see at each stages of his growth, there are a certain pre-required movements to be performed by the child. Like immediately after the child is born, the child cries bitterly. Why is that the child cries so bitterly? The child cries so bitterly because it is the way through which he exercises his cardiovascular tune of his cardiovascular system and respiratory systems, so that his systems get tuned up. The child's cry is a type of movement or an exercise which makes his cardiovascular system and the respiratory system tuned up. And then onwards, if you say every stage of his growth, from where the child from the supine lying position comes to the fawn lying position, he starts getting up, he starts crawling, he starts standing up, he starts walking, he starts then doing the finer activities, jumping, running, climbing, throwing, all basic movements. Then into the kindergarten, upper primary, lower primary, upper primary, secondary, higher secondary, then to the higher stages, to the adult stages. So each and every stage of growth of a human being, he has to have certain movements, and the range of the movements, and there is also very apt literature in sports sciences that what are the movements, what are the expected range of movements, what are the expected heights where he can go in each stage of his life. Like the pinnacles of a performance of a sports person, we normally find between the age 25 to 30. So that is the time at the age of 25 is the refined movements, the finest movements. If a person gets Olympic medal, that means at the age of 25 to 30, that means he has excelled. That is the perfection of his movements in a respective sport. But doesn't mean that a person who is not only person who want to excel should take up sports or exercise. Everyone has to do. There is a basic pre-required range of movements, benchmarking where the more fitness or health movements which one need to be performed. So in both perspectives of excellence, as well as in the form of broad basing, the basic exercise fitness one should process, there are a certain moments which are required to be performed by every individual at each stage of his life. And that is why it is from womb to top. Even after the acute life, maybe after 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, at each stage, depending upon his health and fitness, he has to have a certain range of movements, he has to do a certain movement. And if the movements are not performed, then it leads to complications, it leads to defects, it leads to different health problems. So it is required for, if you want to keep a healthy mind and a healthy body, it is required for you to have a certain range of movements to be performed at each and every stage of your growth and each and every stage of your life. And it is still the top. If you see that even a person at the last stage, while for a 70 or 80, then he will try to have a walking stick and go for a little walk. It depends upon his fitness level. And even at the end, if you're using a wheelchair, also when he is in a critical care, in a ICU after some ailments, he is trying to recover. What does the doctor at the end try? The doctor tries to do the physiotherapist to make him to do a little bit of exercise to keep his health movements steady and so that he can recover. There also it is required. The physiotherapist is making him to do a little movements, pushing his hands, legs, making a little movement so that he can recover from the ailment and come back to life. So there also, along with medicines, exercise is necessary. So it's something which starts from the womb and goes till the top, and at each stage, Sharirik Shiksha, physical education, is something inevitable and it is a part of education, and it goes from womb to top. And this is something to be realized by all of us and made to be understood to the children, that each child, irrespective we would like to excel in sports or not, even it is normally there is a chance of misconceiving that the child often thinks that if I want sports is something I should opt, or exercise and fitness is something which I will opt only if I am required to be excel in sports, because sports stars often relate yourself participation in sports to excellence and stardom. No, but one can participate to a level which he is compatible with or he is happy with, and that should be made to understand that can be these aspiration levels to what he want to actually get out of it from participating in sports. It can be for health, it can be for fitness, it can be for getting a job, or it can be then if you want to excel, you can excel in that. See, there are different sports. How many different varieties of sports you have got? You have got a variety of options of sports, different sports depending upon each child. Like has got some sort of a skill or some sort of a talent hidden in him. Like he has talent in the academic field, he has got a talent hidden in your physical field, physical side also. So if the child is made to realize that you have a hidden talent in a particular sport or a particular game or maybe in some other activity, then there is every chance that the self-realization makes the child to come up in that sport. So this is to be played by the physical education teacher. Nonetheless, if you don't want to become a excel also, he should be made to realize that movement education or physical exercise and physical movements cannot be underlined, cannot be something which can be ignored. It has to be a part and parcel of his life. It should become a way of life for him. That should be made to understand. Made every child should be made to understand about this. So we have now, when physical education part, we should make the child to understand that what are the various segments of self-realization of feeling, the emotional aspect, the emotional, because the child becomes emotionally more stable. The child, emotional instability or emotional, a person is said to be, a person is a child or a youth. We can say that he is, he can be matured when you say that he is emotionally stable, intellectually balanced, and physically fit. So emotional balance is very important to a child. Most of the times you could see that this generation children often are being cannot have the emotional stability, emotional emotional balance when he has to encounter a failure, when he is no he gets some dejected and upset. Why? Because he has never faced failures. If a person is exposed to physical activity and sports, if he play a game, a sport, he will realize, he will learn from his failures. He will learn, not only he will know how to control his emotions in winning and losing. He learns from losing, because in sports, winning and losing are immaterial. He knows that the sports, a sportsmanship he gets, he will get the emotional stability to contain various situations. And due to the lack of emotional stability and balance, many of time the child becomes he is not able to face the challenges in life. And we can see that there are many incidents of child suicides and other very he's getting dropped out from the schools, or maybe he getting into problematic children, or due to emotional instability. And sports, physical activity is something we can get the child emotionally stable and balanced physically. But I need not to explain, because without having the basic benchmarking of physical fitness and health, he cannot survive. And especially at this point of time, when we are facing the pandemic, doctors have said that if you have to do a basic physical activity, even at home, some sort of exercise, and exercise your respiratory system, the cardiovascular system, you will acquire a lot of immunity. You can withstand and immune to a considerable as all these communicable diseases when your health and fitness are good. So physical aspect is very important. How you keep yourself healthy and fit in every perspective, any perspective. The social aspect. Nowadays, many of the children are not able to get along with others. And playfield is the best leveler of any social inequality. That you will get yourself more socialized. You will the skills of teamwork the child will be able to understand better. So, and the cognitive skills of the one which enrich his various ingredients, like his aptitudes, his character building, everything gets properly taken care of. So all the segments, emotional, physical, social, and cognitive, even if it said that, by doing exercise, it is been proved that you get more neurons. Your system, your cognitive skills become more honed. You will become more efficient. You will get more knowledge, skills, and attitude to lead active lives. So you need to make the child to realize that this is something inevitable, something which is most important to lead the life successfully, to build the knowledge and skills and attitude for an active life, and it will help you, the children, to get physical skills and fitness, to motivate to be active, social and emotional skills to engage with others, and it will help in the cognitive development. It will help in movement education and active lifestyle. So even though this much of importance, this much of benefits are there, most of the time the children are unaware. इतने सारे शारीरिक शिक्षा का जो उनसे जो बच्चों को मिल जाते हैं, जो इमोशनल डेवलपमेंट है, फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट, सोशल डेवलपमेंट है, कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट, ये सारे चीज है, लेकिन एक बच्चे को हमेशा, और यह माता पिता को, पेरेंट्स को पता नहीं है ये शारीरिक शिक्षा से उनको क्या क्या फायदा मिलते हैं, क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स मिलते हैं, फायदा मिलते हैं. तो ये हमको बताना जरूरी है. शारीरिक शिक्षकों का भूमिका और जिम्मेदारी है कि हमको ये समझाना चाहिए कि बच्चों को कि हम कितना इस टाइम पे ये शारीरिक शिक्षा से उनको फायदा मिलते हैं, उनको क्या क्या, उनको उनसे क्या पा सकता है, उनका क्या, उनसे क्या क्या बेनिफिट मिलेंगे. ये सारे चीज हमको उसको बताना जरूरी है, जिसमें ये सारे हर चीज को उनको और माता पिता को, पेरेंट्स को समझाने अच्छा है. और अगर वो समझाएगा तो इसमें से हमारा उनका सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट, पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट, कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग बहुत अच्छा कामयाब हो सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. So why do we need fitness in India? Why is it more required at this point of time that we make the physical education teachers and community coaches more aware about the role and what is its need? necessity is the mother of creation. Why is it now we are giving a lot of importance to physical education? Because the situation are all not good. The WHO, the World Health Organization, has already predicted that 30% of the population are likely to be hit to have lifestyle diseases. 30% of them means 1 out of 3. So if 30% out of the population is going to be affected by lifestyle diseases, the only way to get rid of it, to get relief, is through physical fitness and physical exercise. That is through physical exercise. So the statistics have revealed that Indians shy away from physical activity. Most of the time, we interpret sedentary lifestyle to luxury. And we think that if you have a carpet lifestyle or you have a sedentary life, that is luxury. So that is absolutely wrong. A carpet lifestyle or a sedentary lifestyle can never be interpreted, never be thought as a luxury or lifestyle. We ignore physical activity. So 54% of the Indians are physically inactive, the studies are revealed, and less than 10% engage in recreational or physical activity. As a result, 13.5 crore obese persons are there, 7.2 crore diabetes patients, 4.2 crore thyroid disorders, 8 crore hypertension, 5.5 crore cardiovascular disease. These are some of the recent Indian Council of Medical Research has given in its reports as the score. Why is this happening? There is a threat for the next generation. If they don't get, they are likely to get affected by this. And this is very alarming situation. That because of the misunderstanding, misconceptions, and not lack of knowledge or not giving enough of importance to physical activity. हमेशा जो है हमारा भारतवर्ष में ये आम लोगों के ऊपर एक सोच है कि अगर आपको लग्जरी जीना है, तो अगर आप नई मूवमेंट नहीं करते हैं, सेडेंटरी लाइफस्टाइल में जीते हैं, तो इसको लग्जरी कहा जाता है, लेकिन बिल्कुल गलत है। इसकी वजह से जो है गलत सोच की वजह से काफी जो हमारा घर में जो सोसाइटी में लोग जो है एक्सरसाइज करना, एक्टिव होना पसंद नहीं करते। अगर कहीं भी कुछ दूर जाना है तो भी वो कार से निकाल के कोच में जो कार खड़ी होंगी, कार या मोटरसाइकिल, तो उस पर जाएंगे। और अगर आसपास कुछ जाना हो तो भी वो हमेशा कार से जाएंगे। ऑफिस जाना हो नीचे कार में जाएंगे, कोच तक गैरेज तक जाएंगे, उधर से फिर लिफ्ट में चढ़ेंगे। तो फिर कहाँ फिजिकल एक्टिविटी का कहाँ आपका पास टाइम है? और उसका साथ साथ जंक फूड जो भी मिल जाता है मार्केट में, वो उसी खा जाते हैं। हमारा जो देशीय खाना है जो गांव में थे, हमारा माता पिता हमको सर्व करते थे जो डिशेस है, वो उसको कई बार इग्नोर कर लेते। जंक फूड हैबिट्स इसका साथ मिलाते और हाइपरकाइनेटिक लाइफस्टाइल साथ में होते हुए सबसे बड़ा खतरा आया हुआ है इसमें इंडिया, पूरा भारत में हमारा जो लाइफस्टाइल डिसीज का इतना ज्यादा बढ़ावा आजकल हुआ है। इसके लिए एक ही मार्ग है, एक ही वे है, एक ही तरीका है। हम आपको अपने बच्चों को और उनका माता पिता को, सोसाइटी को ये एडवोकेट करें, अगर आपको इससे कुछ मोचन चाहिए, इससे आपको बचना है, तो एक ही मार्ग है, आपको फिजिकल एक्टिविटी और एक्सरसाइज में आना है। इसका जो भूमिका और जिम्मेदारी भी शारीरिक शिक्षा का ऊपर। So this chart will give you what is physical inactivity and what is sedentary behavior. So we can see that the sedentary behavior lifestyle where no physical activity is when you take less than 5,000 steps a day. No exercise or physical activity or deficiency, lack of movement, lack of higher accumulated time in sedentary behavior. If you don't any activity where you don't take 5,000 steps a day is a sedentary lifestyle. And what is an active lifestyle? From 5,000 to 7,499 steps a day. That is also physically inactive. That is also not meeting the minimum prescribed recommended physical activity required for the active life. And what is a physically active lifestyle? A physically active lifestyle is more than 7,500 steps a day. And that means physical activity, and you have to, for that, you have to have 150 minutes walk or moderate intensity activity every week, or 75 minutes per week vigorous intensity activity. Have sedentary behavior. So unless you do step from low to a high intensity active lifestyle, you will not be able to lead an active lifestyle, and you will have to face the consequences of sedentary lifestyle. आपको हमेशा जो है 7,500 स्टेप से ज्यादा देना चाहिए हर दिन. अगर आप उससे कम लेते हो तो वो लो एक्टिव में 5,000 तक लेते हैं तो लो एक्टिव स्टाइल में आ जाएगा, और 5,000 से कम है तो सेडेंटरी में आ जाएगा. इसलिए जो है हमेशा हर दिन 7,500 से ज्यादा मिनिमम ज्यादा स्टेप लेने का चाहिए, तभी आपका एक्टिव लाइफस्टाइल के अंदर आ जाएगा. जिसमें ये बोलते हैं 150 मिनट्स वॉक per week becomes moderate intensity, and vigorous intensity 75 minutes per week. Vigorous high lifestyle, should be there in a week. You should at least make the change to realize that they should work out at least 150 minutes minimum per week with moderate intensity, or 75 minutes vigorous intensity activity they should be made to perform per week, every week. And the physical inactivity is a deadly cycle. If you see this cycle from early childhood to adolescence, to adulthood, and to the last stage, you could see that physically inactive children, there is a high risk factor of obesity, and more they will miss more school days. They will have some problem or other in the adolescence. They will have lower test scores, and you will have less earnings of money. Most of the time when they become an adult, he will have to go to the hospital. He will have some disease or other. He will spend more time to the healthcare, and you will have more sick days. The quality of life increases, and more premature death happens. Most of the time before reaching your total life, it reduces your lifespan, and you will have to have an early death. This has a study done in US. They have revealed, and it is the same in our country too. If you start any physically inactive children with inactive lifestyle from the beginning, there is every chance that your lifespan will be affected, your quality of life will be affected, and you will have to spend more time for your healthcare in hospitals, maybe taking treatment, taking medicine, and then finally you end up your life without properly completing. And this happens when you have inactive parents. Inactive parents, there is half the risk that the kids becomes inactive, and also physically inactive children of obese parents, they become equally double the chances are there. So it is very important that the parents have to take a lead role. The parents have to take care. They have to educate the children, and they have to become active first. The parents have to play a pivotal role along with the physical education teacher. So ये जो चार्ट मैंने दिखाया है, जिसमें ये किया है कि अगर आपने बचपन में फिजिकली इनएक्टिव लाइफस्टाइल लीड करते हैं, तो एडोलेसेंस और अडल्टहुड में आपको काफी इनको तकलीफें देंगे. हर आपका जीवन में हर चीज में इसको अफेक्ट करेंगे. हर चीज में आपका एजुकेशन में अफेक्ट करेंगे, आपका करियर में अफेक्ट करेंगे, आपका जो इकोनॉमी अफेक्ट करेंगे, क्योंकि आप बीमार हो जाएंगे, पैसा बीमारी अस्पताल में देना पड़ेगा, और जो है आपका आखिर में आपका जो जिंदगी है वो कम हो जाएगा. आपने पूरा जिंदगी नहीं जी पाएंगे सही तरह से, और बीच में कई टाइम ऐसे हैं कि आपको प्रीमेच्योर डेथ भी हो सकता है अगर बच्चे जो है एक्टिव लाइफस्टाइल नहीं फॉलो करते. ये ज्यादा है जो होता है इनएक्टिव पेरेंट्स के साथ. इनएक्टिव पेरेंट्स जो है कभी वो बच्चों को प्रमोट नहीं करता है एक्टिव होने के, इसलिए उसका हाफ ऑफ द किड्स आर लाइक दैट. एंड अगर ओबेस पेरेंट्स हो तो डबल चांसेस है. ओबेस पेरेंट्स कभी भी वो खुद नहीं मूव करते तो कैसे उसको बच्चों को एक्सरसाइज करा दें. तो इसलिए जो है ये खतरा बहुत भयानक है. इसीलिए इसका जो हमको बच्चों को बताना, पेरेंट्स को सिखाना, बताना और समझाना बहुत जरूरी है कि ये इनएक्टिव लाइफस्टाइल से काफी खतरा पहुंच सकता है. ये सिर्फ बच्चों को नहीं, पूरा कम्युनिटी और कंट्री को भी इसका प्रभाव जो है इसका it will affect the progress of the society, the community, and the country at large. This has to be made realized to the parents too, as well as the children. So the physical activity and lifestyle, if you realize what is that, it is a behavior, and it's a bodily movement that increases energy expenditure, and it is a physiology trait, and commonly defined in terms of cardiorespiratory activity. We know that if you make the child to lead from the sleep to sedentary, light, moderate, and vigorous intensity, you cannot make a person to immediately step into vigorous intensity. From sleep, he should be he should be promoted to lead a lifestyle with sedentary, light, moderate intensity, and to vigorous. So you must make the child to understand that you need to lead a active lifestyle where you should gradually promote the child to come out of the sleep to the sedentary, light, moderate, and vigorous intensity gradually, so that he will become physically fit and he can derive all the benefits of being a fit person and get proper. And we know that what happens when you properly exercise, that you get more oxygen consumption, we get our body more tuned up, systems more tuned up, our productivity increases, our immunity increases, our hormones and glands get better functioning, which gives a sense of wellness, all these benefits. So we should make the child to realize and make the child to come out of their sleep, come out of the sedentary behavior to a vigorous intensity workout. That should be a target of every physical education. So these are some of a slide which shows about the benefits of fitness. A fit body, fit mind, and fit environment. Look and feel better. You gets a feeling of better. You see that if you exercise, your brain gets stimulated, the hormones get secreted, and you get your mindset changes. You feel better. You feel refreshed. You feel active. If you are in sports, your performance increases. Your body becomes strong. You have a healthy lifestyle. Your quality of life increases. You become fitter with resources. More resources happen. You have better healthy habits. You know what is proper nutrition, what to take, what not to take. You get faster recovery. You don't get fatigued fast. Even if you exercise, you do some work, your recovery would be fast. You live longer. You will have better longevity. You can control your emotions. You will become emotionally more stable and balanced. Your social behavior increases. You will be a better accepted person in the society, and you will be away from diseases. Your immunity level enhances. So all these benefits, we have to market this benefit. This is not everyone. This is not every physical education teacher. But how much of marketing we does on this? That is what to be ensured. हम लोगों को ये जो खेल शारीरिक शिक्षा का जो भी उनका फायदा है और उनसे क्या क्या बच्चों को और कम्युनिटी को, सोसाइटी को क्या लाभ मिलते हैं, इसको तो ये मार्केटिंग की तरीके से उसको बताना जरूरी है. इसको पता, हमको तो पता है, लेकिन बच्चों को और माता पिता को, सोसाइटी को बताना, उसको समझाना, उसको सिखाना, उसको बहुत बड़ा काम है. उसको ये हर चीज से बताना से और पता चलने से कई बार जो है अपने आप वो बदल जाएंगे. तो इसके हर चीज हमको पता है, लेकिन हमको ये देखना चाहिए कि मार्केटिंग के तरीके से किस तरफ से हम सोसाइटी को, बच्चों को, पेरेंट्स को ये सारे चीज से सिखा सकता है, समझा सकता है, और उनको हमारा फील्ड के ऊपर नजर होते हुए हमारा फील्ड के में कैसे किस तरफ से ला पाएंगे, किस तरफ से उनको पूरा इनमें इंटरेस्ट जनरेट कर पाएंगे. ये चीजों में, इन चीजों में हमको ज्यादा ध्यान होना चाहिए. इसमें हमारा मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजी, एक मार्केटिंग, एक मैनेजमेंट तरीके से, मार्केटिंग की तरीके से एग्रेसिव मार्केटिंग करके हमारा सोसाइटी को इसका इंटरेस्ट जो है इसके ऊपर ज्यादा लाना चाहिए. इसमें से क्या फायदा है शारीरिक शिक्षा से और शारीरिक फिजिकल फिटनेस से, इसको क्या फायदा है, इसको समझाना भी बहुत जरूरी है. So this relationship between physical activity, physical fitness and health and academic performance is also something to be made to understand, because so many of the old the notion or the wrong notion of that if you involve in health and fitness, physical fitness and physical activity of sports, it will adversely affect the academic system is something which was prevalent in our society some time back. So we should make the child, make the society to realize that it is wrong. That involving in sports, physical activity and fitness activity will never have any adverse impact on academic performance. But it will be positively helping them. It will be something which will make the child's brain more active. He will become more studious. He can grasp better because more neurons are being produced during physical exercise. Better will be the cognitive ability of the child. He can acquire more. He can acquire more knowledge with short time, with lesser time than others. Because of he is very alert and healthy and fit. So we should make the society at large to realize that to involve in physical fitness, physical exercises, and sports is not something which will adversely affect the academic performance, but it is something which will enable them to perform better in academics. So we should make the, like I have told earlier, we can take the role of a marketing manager. Like you selling a product, maybe you could see the marketing person going around and be selling various. We should be able to sell the program, our physical education program, which will be, you can sell only then we could make the others to realize how good it is, how the product, the sales of or the acceptance of any product will be depending upon how much you can make the consumers, make the customers to realize on the benefits of your product. How much your product will become acceptable or something convincing to them only once we can market it and make them to realize how much it is important. So we should make the physical education teacher should make that the outcome will be a positive influencer and motivator. He should play the role of a positive influencer as a teacher and coach and motivate the society, motivate the children that involving in physical education activity and physical exercise will encourage an active lifestyle. You will be able to lead an active lifestyle, helps to prevent sickness and disease. It will help to prevent sickness. It will help to prevent diseases, and it will provide an outlet for creativity and self-expression. You will be more creative. Your life will become active. The quality of life increases and develops cooperation and teamwork, self-confidence, provide opportunities for personal goal setting, increase personal fitness and motor skill development, helps to reduce stress, anxiety, strengthen relationship with others, boost academic learning. These are all things which are known to you. These are all things which you have. These are all things which you have in mind. These are all things which we know. But how much our children know? How much in a school, if 3,000 children are there or 4,000 children are there, how many of them are knowing that these facts about physical activity? But many of the time they don't know. So we may have to have some seminars. We may have to introduce these things in the assembly or maybe in some other form. ये सारे चीज हमको पता है, कुछ बच्चों को भी, कुछ लोगों को पता है, लेकिन हर एक को नहीं पता. तो हम जब किसी क्वालिटी फिजिकल एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम करते हैं तो हमको हमारा जो प्रोग्राम को एक पॉजिटिव इन्फ्लुएंसर की तरफ से ये मोटिवेट करवाना और बच्चों को सोसाइटी करवाना बहुत जरूरी है. इसलिए जो मार्केटिंग फील्ड में ये थोड़ा कुछ स्लोगन है जहां हम कुछ कैप्शन है जहां जिसमें से हम बच्चों को अट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं, पेरेंट्स को अट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं. जो आप कोई सेमिनार या वर्कशॉप में बता सकता है या असेंबली में बता सकता है, जिस तरफ से बच्चों को मिल जाए, या कुछ इसका असाइनमेंट दे सकता है, इसमें बच्चों को ज्यादा इस तरफ का सिंपोजियम सेमिनार कुछ करा सकता है, जिसमें से उनको पता चल जाए कि ये खेल से ये शारीरिक शिक्षा से इनको इतना कुछ फायदा मिलता है, इतना कुछ इनका ये लाभ मिलता है, तो क्या क्या उनका इनसे फायदा है. ये सारी चीज जो है उसको बताना, उनको मोटिवेट करवाना बहुत जरूरी है. So school forms habit. The school is where the child develops his personality and character. The character of a child, the personality of a child is having a lot of relevance, lot of importance to the school from where he studies. You could see that you can make out the product of a school. You often many of the schools or the institutions from where the product a student is brought out. You can know the quality of the child, the sort of what sort of character, personality, because the school form a formidable role the school in realizing, in shaping the character of and personality of a child. And the opportunity of the physical education teacher here is tremendous. इसमें जो है शारीरिक शिक्षकों का जो योगदान है, भूमिका है, काफी जो है स्कूल में बच्चों का कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग में. और भारत में in India we have has that 300 million school going children and 80 million out of school going children between 5 to 19 years. 300 million school going children है हमारा. तो इनको इतना ये बच्चों को कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग और उसको हेल्थ फिटनेस का भूमिका और जिम्मेदारी फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर और कम्युनिटी को सिस्टम करना है. तो उसका हैबिट फॉर्म करना है, कैरेक्टर बिल्ड करना और उसका रिसोर्सफुल बनाना, उसका शेप करना, उसको रिसोर्सफुल बनाना, ये सारे चीज जो है स्कूल में है. स्कूल में जो शारीरिक शिक्षा का जो भूमिका है उसमें काफी ज्यादा. और the first phase of physical education teacher and the community coaches comes on broad basis. We have this 1.5 million schools and 33 crore children. So how do you broad expand? If you take the sports development into consideration, there are two aspects of it. One is broad basing of sport, and second is excellence. Without broad basing, you cannot achieve excellence. This is a known fact. So unless we are able to go for grassroots development, where we can take the 33 crore children from 1.5 million schools into the fold of physical education and sports, then of course we can look forward for a more podium finishers and more winners at the Olympic and international level. This is a long time. And while fully acknowledging and realizing this, the new systems of of schemes and programs launched by Sports Authority of India and Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs are all with this perspective that first and foremost thing is to expand the base. We should know that 1.5 million schools and 33 crore children need to be physically educated. They need to be physically fit and healthy, and which is the role and responsibility of physical education teacher. And only once we do that, we can think that we can go for the developmental excellence and elite roles. And once you broad base, if you have, for example, if you have 3,000 children in a school, definitely there will be 30 children who can excel, who can come up to the national, international level. So how do you make them to realize? How do you, whose role is to explore, whose role is to make the child to realize that you have this talent, the physical talent? Whose role is there to make the child to understand that what is his physical capacity, what is his speciality, what is his talent? It is the duty, it is the responsibility of the physical education teacher, and his role comes in making the child, each and every child, to realize where he stands, what is his health and fitness level at present, what are his strong points, what are his qualities, physical qualities, and where he has more chances to come and excel in sports. So this is this duty. This is the most important duty of physical education teacher, to make the child to understand about him, about his physical capacity, his physical fitness, his physical level, and the chances he has got to come up. And once he is made to realize that he has certain qualities in physical qualities, where he has, we can take them to the next levels. We can take them to the developmental levels, where the athlete coach developmental program, we have different schemes. He can compete at the district level. Then maybe he can come up to any of the SAI training centers if he is excelling, or maybe the state governments too have various schemes. Then he can go to the state level centers if he is excelling further, where the performance evaluation, sports science, nutrition, psychological, sports, everything he will have. And where also if he is excelling, we can get him to the elite level, where he can get admitted to various national centers of excellence of sports board with India, or with of the state governments or private bodies, private institutions. And after that, we can get them to the podium. We can get them to the Olympic and international level. You see that we have to motivate the child that sports is a very lucrative profession too. It is a profession which gives maximum returns, more than any other profession. Which profession can give you this kind of returns? Look into the last Rio Olympics, where we have 2 Olympic winners. We had the PV Sindhu, and who got a silver medal, and Sakshi Malik, who got a bronze. You see these 2 daughters of India. what you see that what are the things which they could achieve with an Olympic medal? PV Sindhu has become a heroine, and she has become the daughter of the entire population. What are the honors she could get at the age below 25 years of age? She got all honors, Padma Shri, Khel Ratna, then Arjuna Award, the best jobs. She is in a job, very lucrative job now. She has got all returns. If it is into material beneficial, the assets which they have got is something which is unimaginable. So sports is so lucrative profession where you can earn name and name for yourself. You can bring laurels to the country, nation, and make yourself and the country proud. So there is no other second profession which can give you so much of returns in such a if you devote time and attention. So whether you would like to, you should make the time to understand also that participating in sports and devoting time for exercise and sports is something which is rewarding and which is something which is which gives you tremendous returns. आप हमेशा अपने बच्चों को जब भी आप हमारा पहले जिम्मेदारी और भूमिका है कि हमारा जितना बच्चा हमारा स्कूल के अंदर है सबको ये बताना कि उनका क्या सिर्फ है, उनका क्या टैलेंट है बेसिकली, ये इसको समझाना, उसको बताना हर हेल्थ शिक्षकों का, शारीरिक शिक्षकों का जिम्मेदारी है भूमिका। अगर उनको पता चल जाता है कि मेरे ऊपर एक टैलेंट ये ऐसे क्वालिटी है, फिजिकल क्वालिटी इसमें इस गेम में इसमें मैं एक्सेल कर सकता है, तो उसको आगे बढ़ने का काफी कुछ स्कीम्स और प्रोग्राम्स है स्पोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया का साथ और वेरियस स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स और डिफरेंट प्राइवेट बॉडीज के साथ काफी उनको आगे बढ़ सकता है। उधर से अगर आप रोड रेसिंग में अगर आप 3000 बच्चे एक स्कूल में है तो कम से कम 30 बच्चे जो है वहाँ ओलंपिक लेवल का और इंटरनेशनल लेवल का होंगे, कहीं ना कहीं देंगे। अब देखो वैरायटी चॉइस उनको मिलेंगी, जैसे कि एक बच्चा जो है एकेडमिक्स में एक सब्जेक्ट में अच्छा हो जाता है, जिस तरफ से कुछ ना कुछ खासियत उनके ऊपर होंगे जो एक स्पोर्ट्स के अंदर वो एक्सेल कर सकते हैं। अगर उनको पता चल जाता है कि मेरा ये क्वालिटी है, मेरा ऊपर ये जो टैलेंट है इसमें से मैं आगे बढ़ सकता है, तो जरूर जो है अगर आप मोटिवेट करेगा तो आगे बढ़ सकता है। और आगे बढ़ के डेवलपमेंट लेवल पे जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, स्टेट लेवल पे, नेशनल लेवल पे और इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे जा सकता है। और इस तरफ से आगे बढ़ेगा तो उनको जो सुविधा मिलने के लिए, उनको जो प्रोत्साहन करने के लिए काफी कुछ स्कीम्स प्रोग्राम जो है स्पोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया का साथ है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स के साथ है और भी है, जिसमें से वो आगे बढ़ के अगर इंटरनेशनल लेवल तक जा सकता है। तो इसको हमेशा ये जिम्मेदारी और भूमिका खेल शिक्षकों का होता है कि समझाना हर बच्चों को कि बच्चे सबसे पहले आपको फिजिकली फिट और हेल्थी रहना जरूरी है, उसको आप ध्यान देंगे। अगर आप ध्यान देते हुए आपको पता चल जाता है कि आपको कुछ खासियत है, आपका ऊपर कुछ टैलेंट है, तो इसमें आपको आगे बढ़ सकता है। और जिसमें अगर आगे बढ़ेगा आपको ये एक प्रोफेशन है जिसमें जितना काफी जो रिटर्न्स है जो और कोई प्रोफेशन में इतना नहीं मिलेगा। जैसे अगर ओलंपिक लेवल में अगर आप मेडल लेते हैं, गोल्ड मेडल लेते हैं, जैसे और इंटरनेशनल मेडल पे होते हैं, जो भारत का जो नेशनल फ्लैग है वो ऊपर जब होस्ट करता है और नेशनल एंथम को प्ले करते हैं, जो सेटिस्फैक्शन आपको मिलेंगे और पूरा देश को मिलेंगे वो कोई और किसी और जगत में, कोई और फील्ड में इतना सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं मिलते। अगर आप रिटर्न्स को देखते हैं, रिटर्न्स में आप देख लीजिए 25 साल 30 साल से पहले एक इतना रिटर्न्स कोई किस फील्ड में देखते हैं। आपको जो नेशनल ऑनर्स पद्मश्री खेल रत्न अर्जुना इस तरफ का पूरा जो और जो अगर फाइनेंशियल बेनिफिट है देख लीजिए कितना पैसा आपको रिवार्ड मिल देते हैं, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया देते हैं, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट देते हैं, प्राइवेट बॉडीज देते हैं। और जैसे मैंने बताया कि पीवी सिंधु और साक्षी मलिक जो रियो में जीते हैं, आप उनको देख लीजिए अभी उनका क्या पहले क्या था, अब क्या है, फर्क क्या है। तो इसलिए ये एक रिवॉर्डिंग फील्ड है, प्रोफेशन है जो, इसलिए हर बच्चों को ये पता होना चाहिए कि आपका ये खेल में और शारीरिक शिक्षा और खेल में जाने से काफी कुछ फायदा है। और जो ये एक प्रोफेशन भी अनोखा एक प्रोफेशन है जिसमें आपको सबसे ज्यादा सुविधा और फायदा है, ये समझाना और मोटिवेट कराना भाई जिम्मेदारी और सुविधा शारीरिक शिक्षा। ये एक चार्ट है जो हमने अगर ग्रास रूट से लेके एलीट तक जाने का जो रास्ता है वो लैडर के जैसे मैंने इसको दिखाया। तो गेट मूविंग है मूवमेंट एजुकेशन जो कम्युनिटी कोचेस और फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर्स का ऊपर है, तो रिफाइन मूवमेंट्स करवाना, लर्न द स्किल्स करवाना। उसके बाद आप ग्रास रूट लेवल पे जाते हैं तो स्पोर्ट्स स्पेसिफिक प्लेइंग और कॉम्पिटिंग स्पोर्ट्स कोचेस को ऊपर आ जाता है। फिर डेवलपमेंटल लेवल पे आइडेंटिफिकेशन आ जाता है पोटेंशियल को, फिर उसका स्किल्स और डिटर्मिनेशन करना है, कॉम्पिटिशन में लाना है, स्ट्रॉन्गर अचीवमेंट, स्ट्रॉन्गर परफॉर्मेंस लाना है, ब्रेक थ्रू परफॉर्मेंसेस होना, ये सब टैलेंट डेवलपमेंट में होता है, कोचेस को ऊपर जिम्मेदारी है। फिर अगर आप उधर से बन जाते हैं, डेवलपमेंट लेवल से ऊपर आ जाते हैं, फिर एक्सेलेंस में आ जाता है। एक्सेलेंस में आपको रिप्रेजेंटेशन, नेशनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन हो जाता है, फिर परफॉर्मेंस डेवलपमेंट कोच के ऊपर आ जाता है, और उसमें भी आप आगे बढ़ेंगे तो एलीट लेवल पे आ जाएंगे, सस्टेन सक्सेस और इंटरमीडिएट लेवल से, और उसमें हाई परफॉर्मेंस का काम है। इस तरफ से जो पाथवे है और एक्सेलेंस का जो पाथवे है, ये लैडर से 1 2 3 4 जैसे 10 तक मैंने दिखाया है, ऊपर जा सकते हैं। लेकिन फंडामेंटली ये चाहिए, ये जरूरी है टू गेट मूविंग। Home and education or physical education lessons forms the base, and the refinements of the movements and learning of the skill forms the base. If this base is not there, then all the ladders, all the steps from 3 to 10 become ineffective. ये जो बेस जो काम जो है हमारा पी टीचर और कम्युनिटी कोचेस का ऊपर है, जहाँ वुमेन एजुकेशन और रिफाइनिंग ऑफ मूवमेंट्स एंड लर्निंग ऑफ स्किल्स सिखाना है, ये जो है जैसे 8 9 10 स्पेशली द गोल्डन एज ऑफ लर्निंग. So unless we make the child educated on the basic movement and refinement of movements, the rest process will not be effective. So the pre-foundation activities, fundamental movements, introductory formats of sports, multi-sports engagement, recreational activities, and actually this forms the lifestyle in a person's life. And it should be in a ladder progressively so that it becomes, you can raise a child from basics, from grassroots to the level of elite. And who is the physical education teacher? What are his responsibilities? The physical education teacher is the education through physical activities. Physical education teacher is one who teach physical activities to the school students. Physical education teachers are commonly referred as PE teachers and skilled to educate the physical education in one of the schools. These are all, ये तो सबको पता है, इसमें ज्यादा मैंने बता चुका है, दोबारा बताना जरूरी नहीं है, तो सबको मैं 2-3 बार बता चुका हूँ। ये जो कहानी है, जो पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे बनेंगे खराब, ये पहली कहानी है जो गाँवों में बताए जाते थे, लेकिन अभी वो लागू नहीं है। खेलोगे कूदोगे बनोगे नवाब खराब, और आजकल नहीं है, खेलोगे कूदोगे बनोगे लाजवाब, ये है नया स्लोगन। इसलिए आपको ये जो इनको जिसका भी मन में ये गलत फहमी है कि खेलोगे कूदोगे बनोगे खराब, इसको आपको और गलत फहमी को निकालना है। पढ़ोगे खेलोगे कूदोगे तो बनेंगे लाजवाब, ये जो स्लोगन है, इसको हमको ज्यादा फैलाना है और इसको समझाना है। और मैं भूमिका जो है खेल शिक्षकों का, कई तरफ का भूमिका आपको निभाना है। एक तो है आपको एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर और मैनेजर की तरफ से, एक ऑर्गेनाइजर प्लानर और ऑर्गेनाइजर की तरफ से, टीचर कोच की तरफ से, एकेडमिशियन की तरफ से, हेल्थ एजुकेटर की तरफ से, और सोशल और कम्युनिटी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर की तरफ से, और फाइनली इवैल्यूएटर। तो ये हर चीज जो है, हर सेगमेंट्स ऑफ है जो आपका जो जॉब के अंदर है, ये हर रोल जो है, हर भूमिका जो है आपको निभाना है। The teacher, a physical education teacher, is not merely confined to classroom teaching. He is a person who has to take multiple roles. What are these multiple roles which he has to take? He has to become an administrator or a manager. He has to undertake various managerial work, administrative work. He has to be a good planner and organizer. He has to plan many things. He has to be a teacher and coach. He has to take a role of an academician, good academician. He has to take the role of an health educator, and also we should take the role of a social and community service provider. And finally, after doing all this, he has also to take the role of an evaluator to find out how these roles in each of these areas were effective or not. So how do a physical education teacher become an administrator or a manager? So you become, when you take up the role of selecting, forming various teams and preparing them to tournaments, selecting appropriate skilled students, dealing with permission for outside practice of the schools, sending entry forms and deadline, making arrangements regarding transport and tournaments, accompanying teams for tournament for ensuring snacks and other provisions, conducting fitness tests and periodically, and being knowledgeable of tests prescribed by the respective boards and carrying them accordingly. Many a times you have to do the role of an administrator. You have to do many correspondence. You have to fill in many records. You have to send communications to many people. You have to take the process of selection, and you have to deal with permission. You have to take various administrators take the roles. For that, you have to take the role of an administrator. अब एक manager और administrator का role भूमिका निभाना पड़ेगा हर चीज में. काफी कुछ लिखा पढ़ी आपको करना होगा, कम्युनिकेशन आपको करना है, रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन करना है. ये सारे चीज जो है एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर का स्किल चाहिए, एक मैनेजर का स्किल चाहिए. तो ये जो है इसलिए आपको एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर और मैनेजर बनना भी बहुत जरूरी है. So you have to at times purchase and maintain equipment to provide adequate equipment that allows most of the children active at the same time, to make ensure the equipment required for PE classes are kept in good, safe condition and ready before the class. Prepare and record physical educational activities, maintenance of grounds, sports and other required arena of particular sport to create safety environment during practice. So all these aspects, to procure equipment, to make the, and to see that, the children are provided and they are maintained properly. And it should be kept in safe condition. It should be, you have to find out whether the equipment are safe. And you have to keep all records ready. Grounds and arena should be kept ready. And safety should be there. So as an administrator, you will have to go and supervise. Your supervisory skills, your managerial skills should be so good that you should be able to procure the equipment. Purchase involves the procedure. So you must be aware about the procedure for procurement of equipment, how to procure and take the equipment into stock, to register it in the stock register, maintain it, to keep the playfields ready, to see that the playfields are properly maintained. There should not be whether the equipment are in safe condition or not, whether the all records in your department are kept ready, whether the environment is safe. So all these are as a part of administration and the management. You have to ensure that these aspects are taken care of. एक मैनेजर की ओर से, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की ओर से आपको ये देखना है कि आपका पास काफी जो भी इक्विपमेंट चाहिए आपका क्लास के लिए वो है कि नहीं, और आपका फील्ड जो है तैयार है कि नहीं, आपका सेफ्टी मेजर्स आपका पूरे आपने लागू कर दिया है कि नहीं, आपका रिकॉर्ड्स को कंप्लीट किया है, या जैसे मेंटेनेंस करना है कोर्स का भी, और जो भी रिकॉर्ड से आपका ये पूरा सेफ्टी का फर्स्ट एड वगैरह आपने देख दिया है कि नहीं. हर चीज में जो है आपका ये मैनेजर की ओर से, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की ओर से आपको ध्यान लेना चाहिए और करना चाहिए. मेंटेनेंस ऑफ so here also you have to maintain stock register. You have to see that the teams and achievement of the teams, you have to keep the records of the individual players, to keep proper records where they play, where what is their level, display inter-house scores, minutes of the meeting, committees, minutes of committees, etc. So a lot of record, a lot of maintenance has to be done. You have to do a lot of recording. If you have a computer or a laptop, you will have to do all these things. If you have got software through the computer or not, you have physical register, your hard copies of registers, it has to be maintained. And also you will have to see that equal opportunities are given to differently, especially able children. You will find that in many schools you will have differently able children or specially able children. So you will have to see that they should be getting accessibility like ramps, specially designed equipment for those categories, making sure that the personal needs of such students are met during the tournament. So we have to see that these are the roles to be played as a manager. So we have to take care of these things. And also providing inputs regarding the school sports policy. A school sports policy aims in the holistic development of school via sports and sporting values. PE teacher has the responsibility of securing grace marks for the students who have participated in tournaments on behalf of the school, making recommendations for sport-related awards and scholarships, recommendations for student councils and positions. So you have to be very very critical. आपको हमेशा ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि स्कूल्स का स्पोर्ट्स पॉलिसी क्या है. काफी कई जो स्कूल्स है स्पोर्ट्स के लिए अच्छा ध्यान देते हैं, कई जो है उतना ध्यान नहीं देते. तो लेकिन इसलिए आपको मैनेजमेंट को बता के स्कूल का स्पोर्ट्स पॉलिसी बनाना काफी जरूरी है. अगर वो स्कूल को इतना ध्यान नहीं है जैसे प्राइवेट स्कूल में है और पब्लिक स्कूल्स के अंदर है, अगर एडेड स्कूल्स है, इधर जो है कई बार जो है इतना ध्यान नहीं देते. लेकिन अगर आप मैनेजमेंट को कन्विंस करा सकता है कि एक स्पोर्ट्स पॉलिसी होना चाहिए. अभी तो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आए हैं, तो इस तरफ से जो भी स्पोर्ट का पॉलिसी है नेशनल पॉलिसी से और स्टेट का जो पॉलिसी से बिल्कुल सहमत होना चाहिए. ये और इस तरफ से जो है उनका काफी ध्यान स्कूल मैनेजमेंट का ध्यान स्पोर्टिंग एक्टिविटीज में लेना जरूरी है. अगर किसी बच्चे को अच्छा किया हो खेल के अंदर तो उनका ग्रेस मार्क के लिए उसका जो कागजात चलाना और उसको रिकमेंड करना, स्कॉलरशिप वगैरह मिल जाता है तो ये उसको बताना, इस सारे चीज जो है हमको खेल शारीरिक शिक्षकों को भूमिका है और ये सारे चीज हमको देखभाल करना है. और आपको एक प्लानिंग करना है काफी कुछ. एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर अच्छा प्लानर होता है. इफ यू प्लान fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So you must plan and organize various inter-house, intramural, inter-school tournaments. Such events are numerous and occur throughout the academic year and thus require preparations accordingly. Organizing sports day. Every school has a sports day, whether your school is conducting sports day or not. Whether you are having inter-house, intramural, inter-school tournaments. Annual event, whether you have got enough fundraising events. अगर कुछ fundraising events चाहिए तो we can raise fundraising events. Provide guidelines for ensure safe environment. Setting up workshops and clinics. And concerned with sports training methods, updating the rules and regulations. Plan different recreational activities important for growth of students. So being as a good planner, a good administrator is a good planner and organizer. So you will have to have plan for inter-house, intramural, school tournaments and organize all these things. You have to do a lot of planning and organizing. एक अच्छा शिक्षक जो है एक अच्छा प्लानर और ऑर्गेनाइजर भी है. आपका ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कैपेसिटी और प्लानिंग कैपेसिटी जो है आपको हमेशा ध्यान देना चाहिए कि आप अपने एक साल में अगर आप शुरू करते हो तो पूरा साल में क्या क्या टूर्नामेंट में बच्चों को पार्टिसिपेट करवाना है. इंटर हाउस टूर्नामेंट करवाना है या इंट्रामुरल टूर्नामेंट करवाना है तो कब करेगा, क्या किस टाइम में करेगा, इसका सबका प्लानिंग आपको करना है. आगे देख के करवाना चाहिए. इसका कैलेंडर निकालना चाहिए. स्पोर्ट्स डे कब होगा, इसमें किस तरफ से इफेक्टिवली आप बच्चों को पार्टिसिपेट करा सकते हैं. उससे पहले इंट्रामुरल हो तो करा सकता है कि नहीं. अगर कुछ फंड रेजिंग इवेंट है चाहिए, कुछ ज्यादा आपको बजट का जरूरी है, उसका गाइडेंस आप करके करा सकता है. वर्कशॉप्स और क्लिनिक करा सकता है. इसका जानकारी जैसे आप कुछ आसपास में अच्छा खिलाड़ी हो, जाने माने लोग हो खेल जगत में, तो उनको लाके कुछ क्लिनिक्स और वर्कशॉप्स वगैरह करा के इनको जो बच्चों को होश बताना और मैनेजमेंट का अटेंशन बताना, ये सब चीज आपको प्लान और ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकता है. ये आपका ऊपर इनमें से जो है बच्चों का ग्रोथ और डेवलपमेंट होता है. So you have to be a role model in fitness and maintain physical fitness to inspire students. Analyze the entire physical educational activities along with the students. So अगर आपको अपने बच्चों को फिटनेस के लिए लाना है, उसको अपने आप को खुद एक नमूना बनाना है. अपने आपकी फिटनेस लेवल देखना चाहिए कि आप एक नमूना है कि नहीं. अगर आपको लीड करना है और आगे बढ़ना है, अगर तभी अगर आप नमूना बनता है तभी जो है आप इसको बच्चों को मोटिवेट कर पाएंगे. तो ये इनका इसलिए जो है आपको हमेशा लीड करने के लिए अपने आप एक रोल मॉडल बनाना बहुत जरूरी है. और फिटनेस लेवल एनहांस करने के लिए आप कुछ मास ड्रिल्स, कैलिस्थेनिक्स, रिदमिक्स, आजकल तो काफी तरह इंटरेस्टिंग बच्चों को इंटरेस्ट एक्टिविटीज है, जैसे एरोबिक डांसर्स है, जुम्बा डांसर्स है, कैलिस्थेनिक्स है. ये काफी कुछ अच्छा तरीके से इनको फिटनेस की तरफ ले आना और उनको इनके ऊपर बच्चों को ज्यादा मोटिवेट करवाना, ये सारे चीज आप करवा सकते हैं खुद एक रोल मॉडल होकर। अगर आप खुद आगे जाके आप खुद करेंगे फिटनेस में, आप तो बच्चों अपने आप जो है मोटिवेट होके ज़्यादा आपके साथ फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज में भाग लेने के ज़्यादा संभावना है। How teaching the rules and regulations of different games. आपको हमेशा बच्चों को rules and regulations, because you have to every game has its own rules and regulations. So we have to have some time devoted to ensure that adequate time, adequate is given, and so that you would be able to devote adequate time for teaching the rules and regulations too. It is not only making them to participate, but also to teaching them on the rules and regulations in there, and to increase their enthusiasm and show them the correct way to play the sport and arrange and perform crucial physical education activities. So it is very important that you teach us the students also, along with coaching. So, and also you have to take up the responsibility of an academician. What are the responsibilities of an academician? You have to design a framework of study as per curriculum. You should have आपको ये curriculum होना चाहिए, एक study curriculum framework आपको एक साल के लिए plan करना जरूरी है. Classroom teaching subjects pertaining to physical and health education. क्या-क्या आपका teaching material है, उसको तैयार करना. Conducting written tests and inputs, grades and mark sheets. थोड़ा बहुत written test वगैरह basic information और जांच देके आप कुछ क्लास टेस्ट वगैरह करवाते हो, तो इसमें बच्चों को ज़्यादा ध्यान आएंगे और इसको ज़्यादा होशियार होंगे और इंटरेस्ट उसको ज़्यादा बढ़ेगी. Staying up to date with respect to research and development. जो भी आजकल तो खेल जगत में काफ़ी रिसर्च और साइंटिफिक प्रोग्रेस, साइंटिफिक डेवलपमेंट चलते हैं. हर साइंस के साथ एक स्पोर्ट्स साइंस जुड़ा हुआ है. जैसे फिजिक्स में आप जानते हो कि बायोमैकेनिक्स है, एक्सरसाइज फिजियोलॉजी है, फिलैंथ्रोपोमेट्री है, स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी. इन चीजों में जो साइंटिफिक चीज रिसर्च है, इसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा भी ध्यान देते बच्चों को सिखाते हो, बताते हो, तो उसमें भी आप देख सकते हैं बच्चों का और इंटरेस्ट बनेगा और ज्यादा उनको सीखने की कोशिश करें. Perform with other academic teachers as well as clinical staff to identify adaptive physical education requirements. अगर कुछ स्पेशल कैटेगरी चिल्ड्रन हो, तो ये स्पेशल कैटेगरी चिल्ड्रन को भी अडेप्टिव फिजिकल एजुकेशन का तरीके क्या है, क्या किस तरह से आप उनको इसमें इंटरेस्ट करा सकता है, इसको पार्टिसिपेट करा सकता है, उसका भी आप देखना चाहिए. उसमें से हर लोग एक साथ जो है स्पेशल कैटेगरी चिल्ड्रन को कभी इग्नोर नहीं करना चाहिए, उनको भी इनका साथ साथ जोड़ना बहुत जरूरी है. यू हैव टू पार्टिसिपेट इन एंटायर इन सर्विस ट्रेनिंग. जब भी आपको मौका मिलते हैं तो इन सर्विस ट्रेनिंग जो है फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर्स को जस्ट आपको उधर भाग लेना अच्छा रहेगा, क्योंकि आपका इसमें से आपका भी अपडेशन हो जाए, स्किल्स भी आपको और एक्टिव भी रह सकता है. Interact with various teachers to prepare and organize interdisciplinary lessons. So many of the times, many other teachers, you can interact with other subject teachers, and there are, like if it is physics or chemistry, you can ask them to teach a little bit about how the Newton's laws can be interpreted in terms of human movements. You can see biochemistry you can make the children to understand about their systems. The children know everything, but they don't know how their own system, their own functions, and what happens when exercise, how their systems develops. So interdisciplinary में जो दूसरे सब्जेक्ट टीचर्स थे उसके साथ मिलके उसका सब सब्जेक्ट्स में जो अपने खेल से जुड़ा हुआ है उसको समझाने से और फायदा है, क्योंकि बच्चा समझाएंगे ये खेल जो है सिर्फ ये नहीं है, फील्ड में नहीं है, इसमें काफी कुछ रिसर्च भी है, काफी कुछ साइंस भी जुड़ा है, ये भी उनको पता चलता है. ये हेल्थ एजुकेटर का रोल प्ले करना है आपको, एक भूमिका जिसमें आपको बच्चों को एजुकेशन, न्यूट्रिशन और डाइट के बारे में बताना. ये भी काफी जो है कभी बच्चों को कोई नहीं बताता है, ना माता पिता, कई बार जो है पेरेंट्स बताता है, या स्कूल में कोई अलग न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट नहीं है, डाइटिशियन नहीं है, इसलिए वो नहीं बताता, और बच्चा जो है अपने मन मर्जी से खा जाता है और जंक फूड ज्यादा खाते हैं. जो पेरेंट्स जो घर में से रोटी दाल देते हैं वो नहीं खाते, उधर जाके और कुछ खा लेते हैं बच्चे. इससे जंक फूड में ज्यादा आजकल उनका ध्यान है. इसलिए जो है इनको पता चलना चाहिए क्या न्यूट्रिशन क्या है, क्या अच्छा डाइट क्या है, क्या क्या कंपोनेंट, किस चीज कितना प्रोपोर्शन देना चाहिए, कार्बोहाइड्रेट क्या क्या है रोल, प्रोटीन का क्या रोल है, फैट का क्या रोल है, मिनरल्स का क्या रोल है, वाइटामिन का क्या रोल है, कितने प्रोपोर्शन में हर एक जाना चाहिए। हर अगर एक कुछ चीज ज्यादा जाते हैं तो उसको क्या प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है, इस तरफ का चीज है। जैसे ओबेसिटी, मैल न्यूट्रिशन, ये सारे चीज जानकारी उनको देना जरूरी है। स्टूडेंट्स को हेल्थी हैबिट्स के बारे में, ईटिंग हैबिट्स के बारे में बताना है। हेल्थी ईटिंग हैबिट्स क्या है, किस तरफ से एक हेल्थी ईटिंग हैबिट बना सकते हैं। जैसे ज्यादा फ्रूट्स वेजिटेबल्स खाने से क्या फायदा है, और जंक फूड खाने से क्या उनको नुकसान बनेगा, ये सारे। और पोस्चरल डिफॉर्मिटीज, जो सही तरफ से वॉक करना, बैठना और वॉकिंग करना, अगर आप करते नहीं है तो पोस्चरल डिफॉर्मिटीज कैसे आ जाते, स्कोलियोसिस, काइफोसिस, लॉर्डोसिस जैसे इस तरफ का जो कई बच्चों को हो, क्योंकि उसको पता नहीं है पोस्चरल डिफॉर्मिटी किस तरफ से आ जाता है। कई बार जो है वो डिफेक्टिव लाइफस्टाइल से, वॉकिंग स्टाइल से या उसका लिविंग स्टाइल से हो जाता है। ड्रग यूज के बारे में बताना चाहिए। आजकल बच्चे जो है ज्यादा ड्रग के ऊपर एडिक्ट हो जाते हैं, इसको ये बताना चाहिए क्या उनका दोष है, दूषण क्या है, स्मोकिंग से क्या प्रॉब्लम है, अल्कोहल से क्या प्रॉब्लम है, और जो ड्रग है उनमें से अगर वो कंज्यूम करते हैं तो क्या उनका नुकसान होगा। ये उनको पहले से ही उनको फोरवार्न करना, वार्न करना जरूरी है। ये भी हमारा भूमिका है, हमको उसको बताना है। फर्स्ट एड के बारे में, अगर कुछ उनको कुछ इंजुरी हुआ हो तो उसको किस तरह से प्रिवेंट करना है, और प्रिवेंट अगर हो गया तो क्योर कैसे करना है, और रिहेबिलिटेट कैसे करना है, ये सारे चीज आपको बताना, ये भी हमारा हेल्थ एजुकेटर की रोल लेके हमको करना जरूरी है। नेक्स्ट, our community, social and community service provider. So because we involve the children in various sports activities and the community is involved, the society is involved. तो आपको ये रिक्रिएशनल इवेंट्स कभी कभी जो है स्कूल, हर स्कूल के बच्चों को एक साथ लेके उनको ये कई तरह का इवेंट, मैराथन्स हो, वॉकिंग हो, मास रन हो, किस तरह का मास ड्रिल्स हो, योग हो, योगा की किसी तरह का सोशल कम्युनिटी स्पोर्ट्स आप उसको इन्वॉल्व करा दीजिए, क्योंकि ज्यादा सोशलाइज हो जाए। सब लोग एक साथ करेंगे, एक साथ कुछ व्यायाम करेंगे या स्पोर्ट्स करेंगे तो उसमें उसका कम्युनिटी जो सोशल पॉलिटिक्स है वो बढ़ जाएगा। उसका जो मिक्सअप है, उसका जो टीम वर्क का नेचर जो है अच्छा इंप्रूव हो जाएगा। तो ये कम्युनिटी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर की नाते हमको ये हमेशा बच्चों को एक साथ जुड़ना, मिलाना, इस तरफ का एक्टिविटीज करवाना भी जरूरी है। And also we have to inculcate values of sports to the children, like discipline. The students should be well disciplined, they should have leadership qualities, they should have interpersonal skills and socialization, moral values, sportsmanship, and analyze student behavior and performance. So we should help the students to become self-disciplined. बच्चों को ऊपर डिसिप्लिन लाना जरूरी है, वो इम्पोज डिसिप्लिन नहीं है। जैसे पहले फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर वो एक लाठी लेके या जाता है, सबको वो डर जाते हैं, वो डर से नहीं, बट सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन। आपको उसको सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन जरूरी है। आपको उसको खुद जब पता चल जाएंगे कि मेरा अगर दोष क्या है व्यायाम नहीं करने से और खेल में आने से दोष क्या है, और अच्छा तरफ से अपने बिहेवियर, कैरेक्टर नहीं ठीक कराने से क्या उसका नुकसान क्या होता है, ये पता चलना से वो सेल्फ अपने आप डिसिप्लिन होता है। फिर लीडरशिप का स्किल्स, अब बच्चे के ऊपर लीडरशिप क्वालिटीज है, अगर आपको उसको मौका देते हैं लीडरशिप का तो हमेशा वो लीडरशिप स्किल बढ़ जाता है। तो ये बताना है लीडरशिप स्किल्स बच्चों का हमेशा ध्यान देना और बढ़ाना भी, ये भी हमारा काम है। इंटरपर्सनल स्किल्स एंड सोशलाइजेशन, जो मिलना, जो सॉफ्ट स्किल्स है बच्चों का कम्युनिकेट करने का, जो गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल, वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन स्किल and other the expressions of themselves. You should have a good, you should teach them how all the soft skills required. जो बच्चों को ऊपर जो सॉफ्ट स्किल्स चाहिए, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स चाहिए, वो पूरा हमको गुड बॉडी लैंग्वेज, गुड वर्बल लैंग्वेज, किस तरह से बात करना है, तमीज से कैसे बात करना है, क्या किस टोन में बात करना है, किस पिच में क्या शब्द यूज करना है, क्या नहीं यूज करना है, किस तरफ से, ये इस तरफ का सॉफ्ट स्किल जो है हमेशा उनको बताना है। बात करने के तरीका, पहले हर बच्चे को बात करने के तरीका नहीं है, कभी कभी जो है उसको पता नहीं किसको किस तरफ से बात करना है। ये भी हमको बताना चाहिए कि बात कर कम्युनिकेट करने की तरीका है, बॉडी लैंग्वेज कैसे होना चाहिए, अब किस तरफ से वॉकिंग करना चाहिए, किस तरफ से बिहेव करना चाहिए, सोशलाइज कैसे, कि सबसे ज्यादा सोशलाइज सबसे एक साथ जुड़ने की किस तरफ से करना है, मॉरल वैल्यूज आजकल सबसे ज्यादा मॉरल वैल्यूज डाउन हो रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो अभी जो इस तरफ का वातावरण में बच्चे जो है ज्यादा एंड्रॉइड फोन और इंटरनेट इस तरफ का चीज से करते हैं, उसका जो दूष्य है, उसका जो नेगेटिव थिंग्स भी ज्यादा हो रहे हैं। इसलिए कभी आपने देखा होगा आजकल के वातावरण में काफी कुछ नेगेटिव न्यूज आते रहते हैं। तो इसका क्या कारण है? मॉरल वैल्यूज नहीं है। कुछ छोटे बच्चे 10, 15, 20 साल का बच्चे इमोरल एक्टिविटीज में लगे हुए हैं। क्यों है? क्योंकि ये तो है ये जो ड्यू टू द misuse of the various gadgets, the various Android phones and the internet and other the devices. So we should treat them on moral values. What is moral value? What is to be accepted? What is not accepted in the society? What they should do? What they should not do? What is good for them? What is bad for them? What is good for the society? What is bad for the society? So he should have good moral values. He should know what is good and he should know to interpret what is bad and what is wrong. Most of the time, the child is ignorant. The child doesn't know what is good for him. The child doesn't know what is bad for the society. So it is the duty of the physical education people to make the child to develop good moral values, where he knows to interpret between good and bad. He accepts the good, he accepts the what is good for him, and he rejects what is wrong. So we cannot. That is the way that quality also can be inculcated only by the physical education teacher. And also we must teach them about sportsmanship. Sportsmanship, kya hai? What is sportsmanship? It is not winning. Sportsmanship means citizenship. Sportsmanship and citizenship are both two sides of the coin. A good sportsman is a good citizen. What are the citizenship qualities required for a child? किस तरफ से आप एक अच्छा sports citizen बन सकता है? What are the ideal qualities of a good citizen? So this sports is something it is not a thing for winning. What is the underlying fact about sports? The underlying we play the game in the spirit of the game. What is the spirit of the game? Is sportsmanship. That the accepting defeat and also not getting yourself excited out of winning, to accept defeat and both victory with the same mindset, to learn out of defeat, to learn from the failures, and this is sportsmanship, and camaraderie, to play as a team. So you must make the child to have more sportsmanship values and analyze the student behavior and performance. The behavior of a student. The best person to analyze the student behavior and performance is the physical education teacher. You should know what is a student. You will know as a physical education teacher more than any other person in a school, and even sometimes more than the parents, the inner details about each and every student, because you observe a lot by watching. आपको सबसे ज्यादा बच्चों के ऊपर नजर रखता है, और आपको सभी जो है माता पिता से और बाकी स्कूल के अन्य टीचर से ज्यादा बच्चों के ऊपर ज्यादा आपको जानकारी है, पता है। इसलिए उनका बिहेवियर में, उनका कॉन्डक्ट में हमेशा आपको एक नजर रखना है, और जहां भी आप देखते हो कि कुछ चीज गलत है, तो उनको प्यार से समझाना, उनको सिखाना, बताना, और उनको करेक्ट करना, रिफॉर्म करना, और उसका बिहेवियर सेट करना, अच्छा कैरेक्टर बिल्ड करना, अच्छा स्पोर्ट्समैनशिप उसको ऊपर लाना, अच्छा मॉरल वैल्यूज उसके ऊपर लाना, अच्छा डिसिप्लिन लीडरशिप और सॉफ्ट स्किल्स उसमें बताना, अच्छा सोशलाइज बनाना, ये सारे चीज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज पे जो है, जिम्मेदारी जो है, भूमिका भी है, ये भी शारीरिक शिक्षक का ऊपर। So finally, the evaluator. How far has the delivery of the above roles have been successful? Have the learning outcomes been fulfilled? Developing and using rubrics for qualitative and quantitative improvements for children, staff, parents, and service. एक बार आपने ये जो पूरा जो भी हमने पहले बताया है, वो आपने डिलीवरी किया है, अगर आपने बता चुका है एक ईयर में, तो आपने खुद एक इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करना है, या आपको पीछे मुड़ के देखना है कि कितने आपने कामयाब रहे इस डिलीवर करने में। तो आपको देखना चाहिए कुछ एक रूब्रिक्स, एक स्टैंडर्ड बना के कितने तक आपने इम्प्रूवमेंट आपने इसमें आपने अपने टारगेट रीच कर पाया। अगर और इम्प्रूवमेंट क्या चाहिए कि अगर आपने आप ये समझते हो हर बार जो है हर चीज पूरे नहीं होती, कभी कभी कमियां हो जाते हैं, कई चीजों में कमियां हैं, कई चीजों में आपने देखा है और आगे बढ़ना है और भी ऊपर आना है। तो इसमें क्या क्या कमी रही है, क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम रही है, उसको पूरा नोट करना और चिल्ड्रन को, अपने बच्चों को, स्टाफ को, पेरेंट्स को और कम्युनिटी को फीडबैक देना कि इस केस में इस चीज से इन्हीं में कमी है, इन्हीं में आपका ज्यादा ध्यान होना चाहिए और इन्हीं में आपका कामयाब रहे, इनमें कामयाब नहीं रहे। इस तरफ से जानकारी क्वांटिटेटिव एंड क्वालिटेटिव इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए आपको अपने जो भी बच्चों हैं, पेरेंट्स है, स्टाफ कम्युनिटी को थोड़ा इवेल्युएट करते आप खुद अपने आप को एक बार रिट्रोस्पेक्ट करके देते उनको बताना काफी जरूरी। इट इज योर ड्यूटी to give feedback to your children, your staff, parents after having delivered to find out how much it was been successful or not. If it is not successful, you will have to make them to realize where they have been lacking, and so that those wherever they were lacking would be they would be able to uh, they will be able to fulfill, and they will be able to fill those gaps in the coming years, and they would be able to restore and come up in their life as well as in their education too. So what is the required? The physical education is an age-appropriate progressive educational process that uses physical activity as a means to help people to acquire skills, fitness, knowledge, attitudes, and contribute optimal development of well-being. So ये चीज आप पूरा निभाते हो तो आपको हम ये देख सकता है कि अपने बच्चों का पूरा जो डेवलपमेंट है, to see that हमारा बच्चों को पूरा स्किल, फिटनेस, नॉलेज, एटीट्यूड्स और डेवलपमेंट पूरा बन जाएंगे अगर आप इन चीजों में ध्यान देते हो और आप कामयाब 1 साल, 2 साल, 3 साल, 4 साल आप आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे, सिस्टमैटिकली प्लान करते हुए आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे, आपका कामयाब भी करते रहेंगे और जो और भी ध्यान जहाँ कमियां हैं वो बढ़ते रहेंगे, तो आपको ये हमेशा ये अचीव कर सकता है कि your children will acquire required skills, they will become more fit, they will become more knowledgeable, and they will contribute in the optimum development and well-being. Yes. So these are some of the, some of the physical education teachers who have been successful. I think you would have known about Alan Watkinson and partnership with Mo Farrow. This Mo Farrow was a long distance runner who had 2 Olympic golds in 2012 and 16 in 5,000 and 10,000. This Mo Farrow was first discovered, his potential was discovered by his teacher Alan Watkinson. So how did he discover this? Mo Farrow was initially, he was fond of football. He was playing football in his student days. When he was playing football, he was not a successful footballer. His physical education teacher Alan, he watched him. He found that this fellow is chasing the ball every day. ये हमेशा बच्चा फुटबॉल पसंद करते थे और फुटबॉल का पीछे भागते रहते फुटबॉल में कामयाब हुए। लेकिन इन्होंने क्या समझा, इन्होंने बताया भाई तुम कभी फुटबॉल में नहीं बैठ पाएंगे, लेकिन तुम्हारा ये फुटबॉल के साथ दौड़ते रहने मेरे को ये पता चल रहा है तुम लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस में अच्छा कर सकते हो। तो इन्होंने उसको ये जो एमओ फरा को आप लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस में लाया और जो 2 सक्सेसफुल लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस रनर है 2012 में भी और 2016 में भी 5,000 और 10,000 मीटर में ये पूरा गोल्ड मेडल लाया विश्व में। सबसे बढ़िया बेहतरीन लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस रनर बताया जाता है। तो किसने लाया उसको ये इन्होंने बताया। अगर वो फुटबॉल में फुटबॉल खेलते रहते तो कभी ये कामयाब नहीं होते थे, लेकिन उन्होंने समझा, जब उसने वॉच किया, ऑब्जर्व किया, तो उसको पता चला कि ये जो है ये लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस बन सकता है। तो वो सबसे दुनिया के मशहूर लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस रनर है। तो ये जो एग्जाम्पल में इसलिए दे रहे हैं कि ये जो फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर को होता है, हम आप उसको ऑब्जर्व करेंगे तो पता चल जाएंगे इनके ऊपर क्या खासियत है, क्या क्वालिटीज है, क्या कमियां है। तो वो बताने से काफी कुछ फर्क आ जाता है, काफी कुछ इस तरह से कई जो फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर्स कामयाब हुए हैं और अच्छा बच्चों को लाया। ये जो है हमारा केरल से एक है, एक टीचर है केपी विजय टीचर, ये इन्होंने इसका बेचा है टॉर्नामेंट, उन्होंने एक रियो ओलंपिक्स में लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस में भाग लिया। ये भी एक छोटा मोटा बेचा था और थोड़ा बहुत रनिंग आता था, लेकिन इन्होंने उसको ट्रेन किया, एक फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर ने माँ जैसे उसको देखभाल करके उसको पूरा उनको टिप्स देके उनको पढ़ाया, सिखाया, खिलाया और उनको बताया बच्चे तुमको ये लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस में अच्छा है, हम ट्रैक एंड फील्ड में अच्छा कर सकते हैं, और रियो ओलंपिक्स तक पहुंच गया। तो ये ट्राइबल एथलीट है, ये जो वायनाड से है और जो रियो ओलंपिक्स तक पहुंच गया। और इसका इस तरफ से जो हर बच्चे के ऊपर कुछ ना कुछ जो खासियत है और टैलेंट है, उसको फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर का रोल है, उसको देखना, पता करना, बताना, सिखाना और उसको आगे सही दिशा में आगे बढ़ाना। So the goals, we have to access physical education sports, all irrespective of age, gender, ability, education and geography. तो ये जो रोल है फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर्स का, हम उसको छोटा नहीं समझना, हम सिर्फ बच्चों का ऊपर नहीं है, हम हर एज ग्रुप में हम उसको एजुकेशन दे सकता है, हर जेंडर को दे सकता है, हमारा उसका एबिलिटी कितना है उसी प्रकार दे सकता है, और एजुकेशन से जोड़ के और हर ज्योग्राफी में हर तरह के वातावरण में हम शिक्षा, शारीरिक शिक्षा दे सकते हैं, और इट विल पॉजिटिव प्रिवेंट डिसीज एंड पॉजिटिवली कंट्रीब्यूट टू हेल्थ एंड वेलबीइंग ऑफ पार्टिसिपेंट। देख लीजिए योग वगैरह कितना अच्छा ये करते हैं, आजकल योग जो है इंटरनेशनल डे भी हमारा मान दिया जाता है। इस तरफ से मास एक्टिविटीज, फिजिकल एजुकेशन एक्टिविटीज हर लोगों को, हर जेंडर को, हर एज ग्रुप में करवाना भी फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर्स का मकसद है, गोल है। So you have to play the role of a leader and motivator. It's very how you lead. Many physical education teachers have emerged as good leaders. You have to show them you're a leader, a person who stands tall and can motivate. If the students should look at you with an eye of a leader. So you can only be able to take the children together. You can plan on a physical activity and you can lead the children when you can elevate to that of a leader. You have to elevate yourself to a motivator. आपको अपने आप को ऊपर श्रद्धा देना चाहिए, आप कितने लीडरशिप, आप कितने ऊपर कमेंट कर सकता है, आप कितने ऊपर, एंड respect is not something demanded, it is commanded. So you have to raise tall like a leader, a great motivator, and inspire and motivate children and make them to contribute, and make the children to contribute and come up in life, come up in their health and fitness. So I have got a small video. Physical education teacher है जॉबिक्स, जो one of the most successful physical education teacher, जो कोविड के टाइम में यूरोप में जब हर लोग जो है बंद करके बैठे थे, तो ये जॉबिक्स जो फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर सबसे ज्यादा मशहूर हुआ भारत दुनिया में, क्योंकि उन्होंने बच्चों को अपने लिमिटेड रूम में सबको खेल के लिए प्रोत्साहन दिया, अपील किया और सब लोग खेल में और आने लगे। ये वीडियो आप थोड़ा देख लीजिए, इसको आपको ये महसूस होगा कि किस तरफ से हम इंटरेस्ट, मोटिवेट जनरेट कर सकता है, और किस तरफ से हम बच्चों को और लोगों को, माता पिता, पेरेंट्स वगैरह को किस तरफ से हम फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज में हम उसको ला सकता है। एक बार देख लीजिए।
You can fix stuff or break stuff via coding. Coding is just great. My name is Arashi.
All schools across Britain will close by the end of the week until further notice.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
The country had just been put on lockdown, and I messaged my brother Nick with an idea. PE with Joe, a live workout every day, Monday to Friday at 9 AM. Good morning everybody, and welcome to day number 1 of my PE with Joe. On that very first day of PE with Joe, over 900,000 families took part from around the world. And on the second day, 955,000 families took part, and we broke the world record for the largest streamed workout ever on YouTube. Since then, we've done more than 70 workouts together, every single Monday to Friday since the lockdown began. We didn't stop for a half term or even a single bank holiday. We kept turning up.
Joe Wicks, the body coach. now PE teacher to the world. Joe, it's so good to see you this morning.
Good morning, world! We've had people take part all over the world. While we were having burpees for breakfast here in the UK, there were people in Australia and New Zealand doing Spider-Man lunges before bed.
Every morning at 9, I do Joe Wicks.
We've bunny hopped together, Pikachu'd, burpeed and been silly billies. We've dressed up as superheroes and panda bears, and George Ezra has kept us dancing. We've had gate crashers and substitute teachers, and we kept turning up.
We haven't quite done the Joe Wicks workout that everyone else seems to be doing, but we're not far off that probably. That might happen at some point.
We've laughed together, we struggled together, we even got stronger together. We high-fived our brothers and sisters, our mums and dads, and we told them to keep going. When I started my career as a personal trainer, my goal was to take people on a fitness journey, to teach people that exercise can transform us, not just the way we look, but how we feel. Sometimes only one person would turn up to my boot camp. Sometimes nobody would come. If I could impact just one person that turned up, I would be there, and I kept turning up. In the last 13 weeks, we have had more than 70 million views on PE with Joe. And between us, we've raised over £500,000 for the NHS. We kept turning up, and we did something amazing together as a community. If I've managed to impact just one of you, and you go on to live a healthier, happier life, or if I've changed the way you think about exercise and fitness, then I've achieved my goal. So thank you so much for being with me on this PE with Joe journey. And remember, keep turning up.
So,
hi, I'm Dr. Amy Killen.
So ये जो मैंने वीडियो दिखाया है, जॉय विक्स जो दुनिया का फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर बनाया और गिनेस बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाया है, उसका 70 मिलियन व्यूज है। पूरा इतना एक्टिव, और कोई खास ये नहीं है कि सिर्फ उसको उसने एक्टिवेट किया, बच्चों को लाया, उसका फैसिनेशन के साथ, उसका इमेजिनेशन के साथ अलग अलग वैरायटी का फिजिकल एजुकेशन क्लास लेके उनको एक्टिव किया। ये कोविड का पीरियड में पूरा दुनिया मशहूर हो गया। इस तरफ से जो है हर शिक्षक को, शारीरिक शिक्षक को भी अपने आप के इंटरेस्टिंग और अपनी इनोवेशन से अपने अगर आप थोड़ा ध्यान देंगे तो जरूर जो है हमको भी कुछ ना कुछ जरूर अपने बच्चों को भी ला सकता है। और पूरा जो भारत में इसका अभी जो है आपका योगदान बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है, क्योंकि हमारा जो बच्चे हैं वर्ल्ड का, वी आर सेड टू बी द यंगेस्ट नेशंस ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, सबसे ज्यादा यंग नेशन है। तो इसमें ये जो बच्चों को हेल्थी फिट बनाना और हमारा राष्ट्र निर्माण में इनको रिसोर्सफुल बनाना, ये काम जो है खेल शिक्षक, शारीरिक शिक्षक का है और कम्युनिटी कोचेस का है। इसलिए ये जो जिम्मेदारी है, भूमिका है, इसको एक बार और ध्यान देना और जो है उसमें बच्चों को मोटिवेट करना और पेरेंट्स को, सोसाइटी को इस तरफ से सही दिशा दिखाना, इसका बिल्कुल इसमें ध्यान खेल शिक्षक ध्यान देना चाहिए। और इस करने से हमारा देश ना और ओलंपिक्स में और वर्ल्ड स्पोर्ट्स लेवल में हमारा स्टेटस बढ़ेगा, लेकिन एक अच्छी नेशन बिल्डिंग में हमारा देश जो है पूरे विश्व में मशहूर होने का संभावना है। Right, the physical education teachers have a pivotal role to play in the process of nation building. At this point of time, when our nation is the youngest nation of the world, we can make the next generation healthy and fit, and thereby contributing citizens and to make the country to come up in one of the top most resourceful nations of the world. And also we can aspire of coming up in the Olympic level and international sporting arena and become one of the sporting giants of the world. And here the role and responsibility of physical education teacher at this time, at point of time, is very, very important and is of pivotal significance. That is what I would like to say, conclude. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Jai Hind. And I would like to paraphrase what our Union Minister mentioned, our Kiran Rijiju, community coaches and physical education teachers have a big role to play in reaching every child in every corner of India and motivating them to take up sports and fitness as a part of their daily life. If the culture of sports can be developed, champions will automatically emerge. So this is our words of the Honorable Minister, Sri Kiran Rijiju, Honorable Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports, at the launch of SAI LNCPE, because this program, the first level, was inaugurated by our Honorable Minister, Sri Kiran Rijiju ji, and he has mentioned in his inaugural address about the role which the community coaches and physical education teachers have to play in reaching every child in every corner of India. And that way he has underlined the importance of the role to be played by physical education teachers. So this is what I summarize, that teachers have a multifaceted role to play in integrating fitness as a way of life for school environment, and important to build and celebrate the role of PET in making India healthier and fitter and physically literate nation. Physically literate nation is a nation where each and every child, each and every youth are literate not only in the academic sense but also physical, where he will be able to attain the benchmark, pass the benchmark in the health and fitness arena too. So that will make the country, our country, to the levels of expectations, not only in the sporting arena, but also as a great nation, one of the great nations and the top the countries of the world. Thank you very much, Jay.
Thank you, sir. Sujit, I'd just like you to speak a few words before I wind up, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I think so this was I think the foundation is very important for a PE program, and I think today's session was the right foundation for all the PE teachers and sports community. And I think, sir, you actually created that base in terms of what it should be, what are the roles and responsibility of a PE teacher, and that is very important. The home to Tom, the concept of home to Tom, saying that it has a lifelong value. You talked about the values of sports. You talked about the multiple roles that a PE teacher actually plays, and how he's the most loved teacher in a school. And you talked about so these are some of the things that you talked about, and I think extremely important for all the physical education teachers across the country, and it will provide the right foundation for this thing. Usha, ma'am.
Thank you, Sujit. Indeed, we're very fortunate to have Kishore sir, because I find he took us through the journey from what was the initial, he made us understand what education is, and the right person to start, because a person who practices fitness, who preaches fitness, and who fights for fitness and see that everybody is fit. I'm sure, sir, with your session, which is so informative, all our participants have been energized. They are going to be ambassadors, and whatever message you have put across, they're going to carry it across. So on behalf of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, a big thank you and hats off to our most admired leader, Dr. G. Kishore sir, for this wonderful session that you put across, where you have laid the right foundation, and I'm sure everybody have got the base. And with this, we gear up, because this is the first, the ball is on the court right now, and I'm sure all of these people are going to take it to greater heights. Once again, thank you so much, Kishore sir, for this wonderful session, and for creating a base for our PE community. I'd like to thank Sujit. Thank you so much for being a part of this, because you are the soul into this program. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank my PE teachers. Thank you so much for being with us, because you're the ones who are the true ambassadors and leaders. And I'm sure you're going to prove us what is right, and you're going to take whatever Kishore said into action. And we together will make this come true, this dream come true. And please do not forget, evening we have a session at 5 with the president of XP coming into the session. Please do join us. Once again, thank you, one and all. Namaste.
Please join by about 4:30 p.m. so that in case you have any difficulty, so that day one will get sorted out. So please join by about 4:30. Dr. Uri is going to be there today.
Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Dr. Kishore, the background looks very nice. The SAI background.
So it's representing Sports Authority of India.
Yeah, sports.
Yes.
It's looking really nice. I mean,
it's looking great.
Launched by the Honorable Minister.
The Minister, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Sujit. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
you, Dr. Ika. I think it would have been of some help to the teachers on understanding their role. And I'm sure that if they have any doubts also, they can mail to us, and we'll try our best to whatsoever we'll be able to.
Any questions you have, as Sir rightly pointed out, you can put it across and we will reply to all those. You can always.
Do we have